microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes.
Good faith when I didn't have it. And then this doesn't work. So
now it's new jack.
I think this is my jack.
Yeah.
And somebody was nice enough to put it over there.
That's nice.
It is nice. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Good. Great.
Somebody said something the other day, and it's kind of stuck with me. It was actually, excuse me, Monday. And it was a text message. And sometimes things just fester. Ooh. So this person was like they love the opening segment, right?
Oh.
But they were like, it's always about you and your life. There's two other people on your show.
Mm.
And I said, anytime anybody has anything, like it's open forum, like 100%. I'm a wacko, so I always have stuff to talk about. But then I've been kind of thinking about it all week, and I feel really guilty. Like I just want to make sure that I feel like we've talked about that. Like it's not my opening segment; it's our opening segment. I just feel like I always have stuff. So
yeah, just the other day we went pretty far into. Was it yesterday? Dave and Buster's.
Oh, that's right. That was yesterday. Yeah. I was like, man, is that stuff like that bothers me, and it shouldn't, but it does. I go,
especially when it's some random person saying it and not us saying it.
That's what I'm saying, and then it just digs in. Well, and then I was like, well, will they even say anything? Everyone's nice on. Well, Jason and I feel like are kind of nice. Chris, you're okay.
You think you're nicer than me?
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Obviously, Jason's number one.
I would not like to answer that.
I think that you and I, Chris, are D-bags in different aspects. But who would get the overall nice score? You think you're nicer than me? I mean, I feel like you've been in Twitter fights with pretty much most of the station.
Just you. I'm like the friend in fantasy football. I'm like, I can get Dave going with this.
Is there a difference? That's true. Mm-hmm. Is there a difference between nice and considerate? Or is that part of the family, the nice family?
Well, I think they're part of the family, but I know where you're going here, I think, with the distinction.
But also, I don't want to imply that one isn't considerate. Hey, you got me on that, Chris. I don't know.
Can you be considerate without being nice? I think you can.
I think you can. Can you be?
Oh, yeah.
But you can't be nice without being considerate.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, here, go ahead. Have this. I bought this for you. I this doesn't fit me, and I can't wear it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Also, there's like the problem I always run into is I think there's a marked difference between on-air and off-air things too. Like off air. I feel like maybe we're the same nice. I feel like around here I'm more outgoing, but that could be wrong. Am I more outgoing?
Outgoing meaning, I think we're out. I think you and I are outgoing to different sets of people.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's probably true. Like you're more outgoing up here, and I'm more outgoing down there.
Yes.
You're probably of everybody up here.
Yeah.
You're the one seed downstairs.
As
If
far
that makes
for
sense.
outgoing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, Chris, you wouldn't dispute that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, everybody up here, you're the number one for downstairs.
Oh, also, I was wearing these driving glasses in today, right?
Well, those are what? How? What makes them driving glasses?
Well, because I wear them when I drive.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, right now, this is foggy.
Mhm.
The sheet in front of me is foggy with these on. But like I can see the Audacity thing behind Chris in that monitor like super perfectly, right? Like, but if I take these off, you're perfect.
Thanks.
But that I can just see like waveforms
Gotcha.
on there now. So whatever that's called, is that nearsighted, farsighted? I always mix it.
Farsighted.
Right. But then Tom got this, as he always does, S-eating grin on his face when I came in, and he like turned away from me, and I thought he was like laughing or something. I was like, okay, whatever. And then he turned back to me, and he has these same glasses. That is such an ego drop.
How did that make you feel?
Like I anticipated feeling yesterday.
Yeah.
Went to the doctor.
Oh yeah.
And the doctor said,
Oh,
yeah, so
I'm anxious about this.
because I'm kind of,
It was a physical.
it was a physical.
Yeah.
Let's get physical.
Yeah.
Did you get a good report
R.I.P.
card?
I did.
Oh, good.
It was funny. Because the last physical I had was 3 years ago.
okay.
You should probably have one every year, but whatever. And my blood pressure was like perfect. And last time they were like, blood pressure. See, the problem is like I don't like going in there. So then when they take my blood pressure, sometimes it's like,
Yeah, I forget there's a term for that, but
whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's me.
I always get called. Calm down.
Right. That's yeah,
it's like white coat syndrome or something
like that. And it
Yeah.
always elevates, right? And so they actually gave me one to take home, and it just, I wore it for a day. That basically like periodically would take my blood pressure in like a calm environment. And then,
back then.
yeah, and then it would, and then it wasn't like crazy high, but they just felt like they weren't getting it, which they weren't, because it was better. But my blood pressure, they were like, oh, your blood pressure's perfect. Like, wow, it's actually really good. And my heart rate was low, and I mean, low in a good way.
Yeah.
And everything was great. Yeah, and so just checking in, blah blah blah. He's like, "Do you want this one? Do you?" And he asked me if I wanted, like, I need my tetanus shot, and I'm overdue for a new. I guess when you're over 45, they recommend like a pneumonia vaccine. They offered me all this stuff, and I just don't want shots. So I was like, we'll do it later. And then finally, I was like, I don't know why I felt compelled to this. I'm like, I'm not against vaccines, right? I'm not that guy. I just don't like shots. Can I just postpone it? I'm not prepared for shots today. Because he was going to like send me into the other room.
How do you get prepared for it?
I think he's
Close your eyes.
how do I get prepared
Yeah.
for it? Well, instead of just getting it done right there, I do the logical thing, which is I
Put
make
it
an
off.
appointment, and then I stress out about it all the way up to the moment I get it done. And it's 10 times worse.
Then take your blood pressure.
Then take the blood pressure. So Jason, you and I talked after the show in the parking lot,
Mhm.
because I'm getting close to that age now where it's time,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Little
guys.
extra visit with the doctor.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Where the doctor's giving you the finger, but not in
Yeah.
a mean
They
way.
get to know you really personally.
Really, really well.
I'm attempting to dazzle Dave.
Wow.
So I actually brought it up. I was like, just
Hey, can I get me one of those?
which is kind of, yeah. And don't think I didn't think about that. I'm like, how can I bring this up without making it sound like I'm looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, would you mind sticking your finger? No, like I was just like, hey, out of curiosity. And I've known this guy a long time. He was my mom's doctor for forever. And of course, with my mom, that means you do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And he goes, he goes, the bend over and smile age. And I was like, yeah, that one. Okay. And he goes, well, actually, yeah, you're right there. Next year, you don't have anything in your history. He goes, so next year is when we would call for it. But he goes, they're so far behind. They're so far behind on it. He goes, so you have some choices. He goes, now I guess the finger thing is for that's for the prostate. He's talking about the I think the the one where the polyps are or whatever.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah. So
Separate thing. That's a whole
he said the
procedure.
prostate one is like 55 or something. Like I don't. So whatever. But it's the. By the way, good morning, everybody. Hope you're eating. So he goes, we're booking these into the spring. So what I can do is I can book one for you now, and then that way around March, April, whatever. That's the.
This is the prostate or the colon?
Colonoscopy.
Okay.
And so he goes, you have 3. I go, am I awake for the colon? He goes, well, it just depends on what, blah, blah, blah. He called it like sundown, sunset.
Sundowners?
I don't know where. Isn't sundowner like a.
Yeah, it's a term for.
It's not a thing where like sundown cities or something, I thought.
No, I think it's when people.
As they get older, like right when it gets around nighttime, they kind of.
It's like attached to dementia a little bit in a sense.
No, he was talking about how like I'm not fully put asleep, but I'm for the exam. They sedate you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
but you said sundown.
What?
But you said sundown.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said you can. He goes, there's actually other tests where you don't have to go through the colonoscopy. This is just gross.
The one in a box?
The one, yeah, it's basically where you make a deposit and you mail it off, which again,
have you seen that SNL sketch?
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta send him that one.
What, like anyone, how we always I always bring up roofers as like the ones that I'm like,
I don't know if he's done that yet.
Who's no.
Oh.
Roofers have like the top, one of the top. Imagine that's your job every day, rolling in to work and just opening up boxes of literal poop. And then you got to do whatever. Like that's
I wonder what's in here
all day. I hope those people get paid really well.
What would be worse? Someone that is just like, this is the worst job ever, or someone who is really into that job.
Love my job. I'm the kind of guy that can't wait to get to work.
Just listen to 9 to 5 on the way in.
What do you do? Well, let me tell you.
Listen to 9.
Just a little Dolly Parton, and you're ready to roll.
Either way, that job stinks. So
stinky.
Said I could do those, but he said those only will tell you if you actually have like cancer forming, but it doesn't show if you have like polyps or preventable stuff. And I'm like, well, what's the point of that?
Right.
Like, I want to know as early as possible, type of thing. So, no, I'm going in for the big one.
Nice.
And
springtime.
Yeah. Spring cleaning.
So, you're very open about things. Remote.
I was actually, it's funny you say that, Jason. These guys have been clamoring for a show get together.
That's the one.
I was thinking maybe we bring them into the air lounge downstairs, the performance lounge, and I just get it done on stage. Now, I'll face everybody, and then, the business end will be on the other end, but maybe they put a monitor up.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's like following a horse race. Like there's a polyp, everyone's clapping. Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard, I don't know if you've heard this actually, but the true statement about a colonoscopy, the prep is the worst by far.
Really?
Oh yeah. The colonoscopy itself is fine.
This doesn't involve you don't have to sit on something, right?
No, it's drinking. It's cleaning you out.
Shut up, Chris.
There's some sort of I don't even know what it is that they give you, but you're supposed to drink, and
you're a sprinkler?
Beyond.
No way.
Yeah. When you think you possibly can't have any more, there's more.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I guess from their point of view, that's the right move.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You don't want
you don't want
a launching sequence for the torpedoes.
Yeah.
In there. Do you have to wear a diaper or something?
No.
Okay.
If you're into that.
Like the Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No, because by the time you get there, you're done.
I kind of want to be awake and watch it, but then I kind of don't.
Yeah, I've heard I was awake enough.
Yeah,
but others I think it just depends on how you do with the whatever the anesthesia that.
I want the doctor to have a controller, and I want there to be like video game music in the background.
Yeah.
Right there. They're just going
You're
through
getting coins.
Yeah, he's jumping.
You wouldn't want to hear crap.
We'll take a break. Why are we on the air? When we come back,
When's the date? I want to know.
they did a referral. I don't know.
Okay.
But whatever. When we come back, I'll keep you posted. That'll be a big ending. Maybe I'll be around the playoffs.
The season finale.
Yeah, exactly. We got a big show for you. Hey, guess who's on the air with us today?
Who?
Kelly Brothers. You know what he is?
What?
You know what Kelly is?
I don't.
Good at business.
He's good at business.
Yeah, I need the reminder.
We got some football updates for you and a big kickoff tonight. A couple of them even. Sit back, relax. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. We're right back.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the Labor Day sales event?
Get the Jeep you've always dreamed of when you save up to $20,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X and high-altitude 4xe.
Whoa, did you really say $20,000 off, plus you save thousands more at the pump?
That's not it. You can also save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xes and $15,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xes.
If you've ever wanted a Jeep, now is the time to do it. See their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
20,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $15,750 dealer discount. 17,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $12,750 dealer discount. 15,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $10,750 dealer discount. Rebates includes $37.50 federal EV tax credit offered by third party subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for eligibility. 10 at this net savings. See dealer for details.
Let's do it. Leading off, the three top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number one.
I met with both quarterbacks here just a few minutes ago after practice, and I informed them that Russ is QB1 going into week one. It was a difficult decision, but not difficult in a negative way, to be quite honest with you. It was difficult in a positive way. The decision was difficult because of what they're capable of doing. The decision was difficult because of how they have conducted themselves, as opposed to the things that they fall short in terms of capabilities or negative conduct.
Sorry, we're being very unprofessional. We're still continuing.
That was perfect timing.
We're still continuing the conversation from the break. That was absolutely perfect.
Oh no! Yes.
Is that what you're having for breakfast?
Sure. Haven't you heard? Fiber is really good for you.
Well, there's fiber, and then there's high fiber. Try this.
Colon blow. Sounds delicious. But is it really higher in fiber than my oat bran cereal?
Take a guess. How many bowls of your oat bran cereal would it take to equal the fiber content of one bowl of Colon Blow?
2.
Guess again.
3.
A little higher.
4.
Keep trying.
5.
No, you'll have to do better than that.
7.
Guess again.
8.
We'll give you one more guess.
9.
Not even close. It would take over 30,000 bowls. To eat that much oat bran, you'd have to eat 10 bowls a day every day for 8.5 years.
Wow! I think I get the picture. Colon Blow must be the highest fiber cereal on the market.
Not anymore. Now that there's new Super Colon Blow.
Super Colon Blow?
It would take over 2.5 million bowls of your oat bran cereal to equal the fiber content of one bowl of Super Colon Blow.
I'm convinced.
Colon Blow and you in the morning.
Colon Blow and new Super Colon Blow.
Warning, may cause abdominal distension. Consult a physician.
Is that you?
That's what I'm going to be.
Yeah.
God bless Phil Hartman. The Steelers. going to let Russ Wilson.
Who would be a better QB?
Well, Westbrook is one of the best passers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
A
lot of turnovers, though, too.
Yeah, but also he's going to see over the line.
Yeah.
A little taller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Steelers are doing that. Good for them.
Okay.
Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, I'll go with no.
Call and blow?
Maybe.
Okay. Number 2, please.
4.
What?
5.
Not even close, bud. Number 2.
Cut number 2.
And McCray, the last hope for San Francisco.
That should do it. Fly ball, center field, and Perkins is there, and the ball game is over. The Brewers win.
Seth Brown put a nice swing on one in the fourth. 2-2. A good swing on this one towards center field. That ball has some carry, and that ball's gone. A 2-homer day for Seth Brown, and the A's back in control.
Hey.
How about those future soon-to-be from here A's?
Right here, pal.
From here.
They're going to be here soon.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. They won.
Hey, already one day where they both did not win. Our over-under.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're
Only
that
one
much,
of them won.
Maybe 28 games left.
Yes.
Since I don't have anything to say about that. I did hear, I think I heard this, maybe this commercial wasn't on this station. This is one of them take it and you lose weight things, right? Like the Ozempic, but it's not, it's called Wegovy. And it just caught my mind because I want you to just pay attention to how much of this commercial is disclaimers.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Have you always had trouble losing weight and keeping it off?
So far, so good.
Same.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
With Wegovy,
I
lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
Wait for it.
Wegovy.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Wegovy helps you lose weight and keep it off.
20 seconds in.
I'm reducing my risk. Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with known heart disease and with either obesity
Any
or
issues,
overweight.
though? Any at all?
Wegovy shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes.
Is that it?
Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I lost weight.
That's the best part. There's like 5 minutes disclaimers.
Yeah.
And then
But I'm losing weight.
Then they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. At some point, you just got to say, maybe it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a lot of things to be worried about.
Yeah.
All I would do is have a list of the symptoms memorized, and then anytime my heart even skipped, we're
There
going.
it is.
Uh-oh.
Check that box. Yeah.
They all look like they're having fun.
They look like
They're having fun. They lost some weight.
Yeah. Living their best life.
Living their best life.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of living their best life, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
1:45 left, 3rd and 6. Stanford gets a late sub off. If the Hornets would have snapped, it would have been a free play. Now it comes in on 3rd and 6. Bennett to throw, pressure coming. Bennett avoids that. Bennett outside. Bennett throws late. It's caught by Fulcher. First down and more. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, Hornets! What just happened? Got to get 26 yards to keep the game alive. Lamson back to throw, looks deep over the middle, throws high, ball pinballed in the air, and it's incomplete! It's incomplete! The Hornets are going to go to the farm and beat yet another Pac-12 team.
Pac-12.
Wow. On 4th and long, the defense gets another stop, and all Sacramento State has to do is take a knee, and they're on their way to 3-0 and their 22nd straight win.
So, Apple Hill, orange brown leaves, there, Stingers, Jason Ross. Sounds like fall to me. Sounds like fall to me.
And we still got a month of summer. Well, a little less.
Sounds like fall. Yeah. It's just the sound, the feel, the
touch, the feel, the fabric.
Okay. Sac State kicks off tonight.
Sneakers up.
Yeah,
I'm
sneakers
ready.
up. You're
Going from
wearing
here to San Jose.
Really?
Yeah.
Do
It's game day.
you know the way?
Oh no,
so
I'm
bad.
not sure how to find my way.
That's a demerit. The Spartans.
Yeah. Oh,
We talked about this yesterday. One of the most hated programs in Sac State history.
you know what? This time it's for real.
Yeah, it is 100% for real.
Yeah.
Coming up later in the program, we'll talk about your call tonight and what you
Delicious deliveries.
delicious deliveries. Tastes like touchdown. You got to be. This is year 10, 11?
Yeah. Close. 27, 28, something like that.
27, 28?
Well, I started in 97, and there was a season. I think it's the 28th year, 27th season, if that makes sense. They didn't play in 2020.
So your career of calling games for Sac State is at this point likely married or almost married, has maybe a young family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Onto the workforce.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
They work at a job where they collect boxes 9 to 5.
But they're all happy.
Yo, very
despite
happy.
sudden increases in heart rate.
Yes.
Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to updates throughout the year. Of course, we had Coach on earlier this week. Andy came on and is always fantastic.
Yeah.
And we look forward to weekly highlights from you, pal.
I hope so. And Dion opens up year 2 tonight, too.
Colorado in action tonight. And,
That'll get some attention.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it absolutely will. The Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's what they call him.
Ralphie.
I
saw that in person. That was pretty great.
Yeah, well, it's pretty. You know, I think I've told you this before, but when I was at 19, we were driving out to Nebraska. My aunt, uncle, and cousins, they live in Castle Rock, just outside of Denver. And we actually, my buddy Ben and I, we drove to Ford Field just randomly. Yeah, Ben. And there was an opening in the fence. And so we got on the field. Like this is like at 1 a.m. We didn't do anything wrong. I mean, we did do something wrong by going in there, but we didn't mess with anything.
Yeah.
But I never, it was the first time I had experienced a college football field and being on it and had no idea that there's a crown on the field.
Yeah.
It's really crazy when you are on it. And I'll never, ever forget, like, this is not flat at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of slanted up and down. Why do they even do, is that for runoff?
Yeah, at that point on the natural fields, yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, is there a Brandon Aiyuk update? Well, John Lynch spoke on it yesterday, and I think we kind of know where this is going. We'll be right back after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, and winds staying fairly light. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
This Labor Day, head to the Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's with 25 games left in the season and a chance to impact the race in the American League with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
The final games of the 2024 Sacramento Rivercats season are upon us. Soak up the last days of summer at the ballpark at one of our remaining giveaway or theme nights. Giddy up for Wild West night. Get your wands at the ready for our inaugural Harry Potter night. and cap off the season with Fan Appreciation Day. Plus, don't miss out on our final giveaway of the season, a River Cats golfer hat to the first 2,500 fans on Friday, September 20th. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Carmichael Dave telling you Amy's Outdoor Living's having their famous annual clearance sale. Now, if things were tight and you passed on getting patio furniture this year, if it was just too hot to sit outside, now is your chance. You can save up to 70%. Yeah, 70% on their top brand names like Brown, Jordan, Woodard, Hollywood, and so many other huge names. But don't wait. The clearance sale lasts for just 5 days. And at these prices, you can't afford not to check them out. You'll also find deep discounts on natural gas barbecues and demo grills. So listen, hurry in. Check out the annual clearance sale at Amy's Outdoor Living. 5 days only. I told you it was famous. It's famous for a reason. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt, and inside Amy Ace Hardware, also in the El Dorado Town Center. Get up there now, and you tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Farmally.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich.
Different.
Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
The Labor Day Sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. Get huge discounts, low finance rates, and zero down deals on approval of credit right now. Shop Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, remember yesterday? It was such an easy game to play. Yeah. Remember yesterday, because it was my wife's birthday yesterday. Remember when we were talking about, and I was telling you, like, what I was going to do, the jacket I got her. I was telling you some of the stuff I was trying to do for her. Okay. Turns out, because of her schedule now, they go about an hour early. So they were in the car the whole time. They heard everything I said. Everything I said. Uh-huh. And I feel like this is a fair thing.
Even when I was talking like that.
She goes, and she said, was it Jason or Chris? I can't remember because Avery was talking. Who was making fun of me and talking? And of course,
I was not.
And of course, I say Chris.
Yes. Thank you. That was not a making fun.
No, and that's why I said we're not making fun. It's making not make fun, making funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my impression of Mel.
Shut the screen. Yeah, that's very accurate.
So what did that mean by her hearing everything?
Well, so
she wasn't surprised by the dinner. You knew that was coming.
She knew that, but like the little jacket I was getting her and the whole thing. And I said, well, why didn't you turn it down? I made it very clear I was about to talk about your birthday presents. She's like, because I want to know. I'm like, well, I felt like it was a good point for me, but now at least I know it's actually like 7 to 8 a.m.
Yeah,
is now the power hour. So
here's a test of your kids. So let's say the interaction yesterday happens. I just did on the radio, and you talked about what you're getting your wife for her birthday.
Yeah.
And she in the car's like, oh, I don't want that. Would either of your kids say,
tell me?
Hey,
Avery might.
Okay.
Mason
just a
would.
heads up.
No, and ask me during every year my kids, this is a tradition and we collect them all. Every year my kids make my wife and I cards And it's not like the janky one where it just is like, happy birthday, love. No, they like draw, and Mason doesn't know how to draw very well, so he does a comic strip, which are actually kind of funny. And Avery does this like big, elaborate, like gorgeous illustration. So both of them did that for Melissa yesterday. And Melissa and I were, I'll just say this and ask me during the break. My son made a card for my wife that if I made it public would get him canceled. And it was as innocent as can be, but we were crying. We were laughing so hard at the
So he didn't know.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
He didn't know why we it's a humorous card, but he didn't know why we were laughing.
Boy, they're really enjoying
and we're
this.
like crying, laughing. We're like, buddy, we'll just hold on. And so like we're also aware that the fact that we're laughing is probably not a great thing either.
I put time in that.
So that'll
okay. That's a note to self.
That's a note to self. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So Brandon Aiyuk update. Well, he was there yesterday. He was supposed to practice.
He's supposed to.
He didn't practice. And it sounds like old John Lynch is
not a fan of that.
Not a fan of that.
You know, I've seen these things look dire before, and they can quickly turn. So that gives you hope. That we've been in these situations before, and those things can quickly be forgotten. So we'll remain hopeful.
Was it communicated to Brandon's camp at any point, say last few weeks, that he would be expected to practice starting?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into our communication again, but there's at some point you got to play.
He's under contract,
right? Medically cleared.
I think it's $80,000 a week he loses or something like that if he doesn't play. He's medically cleared, and not only is he under contract, but they could also franchise tag him the following year. So the team, we've now reached the point where the team is saying, "Well, we tried to throw a trade out for you. You declined it. We've made a pretty good contract, at least in our opinion, pretty good contract offer. You declined it." The third option is, okay, dude, just play.
Yeah.
And I guess to Brandon Aiyuk's side, he could be like, okay, cool, I'll play. And then, his shuttle drills, he's just this person already. He's just like, running here, I'm running here. Oh, throw me the ball. Oh, sorry, bounced off my helmet.
Oh, sorry, you're benched.
Yeah, right. And then you're benched, and then
you got to play your best players.
But
I don't know how that gets you a new contract, though.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's
get you a trade.
It gets you a trade. It gets you something. By the way, I'm not advocating for him to do that, but it will be interesting to see where the sides go, wherever.
Yeah, and remember I was saying the other day, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that it's a distraction. It sounds like it is to John Lynch. Now, it can be to him. That's fine. That's kind of his job. I don't know if it's spilled over to the rest of the players just yet, but again, by the day, it's getting closer. Now this is more in the media. Now I'm sure more players are getting asked about it, and that I knew Lynch was talking yesterday. I was kind of anxious for it because a lot of times they don't say much, and I wouldn't say there was all these nuggets, but I just felt like the emotion of that. He sounds like he's frustrated.
Yeah, and by the way, he might not be. Maybe this is just all posturing. I don't know.
Could be, but it seemed authentic to me.
What we need is, you kill two birds with one stone. Is you sign Trent Williams, and then you just have Trent Williams go over to Aiyuk's locker at some point and just be like, "You're, I got this contract here. You're going to sign it, one way or the other.
I'm bigger than you.
I'm bigger than you. I'm a bully.
Yeah. And we want to win a Super Bowl.
You're going to either sign the contract in or out of an arm cast. It's completely up to you."
Unfortunately for the Niners, they're too good to get draft picks for him right now. They need, if he's going to go somewhere, they need someone not quite the same as him, but somewhere equivalent to make up for his missing.
What I see somebody write yesterday, just trade Aiyuk straight across for Jamar, or trade Aiyuk and like a pick across for Jamar Chase.
Heck yeah.
But I Jamar Chase, there's the same issue. It's the money. That's the problem. Is I don't know how hamstrung the 49ers are. And on one hand, it's like, just go all in this year and worry about it later. Just worry about it later. Who knows? Somebody might get hurt and you cut them. Who knows what happens? Blah, blah, blah. Maybe you win the Super Bowl and trade everybody. I don't know. He also talked about the Niners' history with players.
When you've got some of your better players, two of them in particular, that aren't out there, and that's your job. Yeah, you take a lot of pride in that. And I think one thing, we got a lot of really good players, and we've rewarded a lot of good players, and that makes things tougher at times. But I remain optimistic. We'll find a way to put the best squad out there, and really happy with where this team's at, and what we do have to offer. The players out here that have been here are working really hard. We got a lot of love for the two guys that aren't, and we'll continue to work on that to try to bring that to a resolution.
Dominic, you're on the air. Hello, Dominic.
Hi, Dave. How are you? Thanks for taking my call. A couple of things, if I may. I'll try to be brief. I was the guy that sent the text in yesterday about Dwight Clark never being a tight end with the 49ers or with Clemson. When he was with Clemson, he was indirectly responsible for the firing of Woody Hayes from Ohio State.
Was he the guy that got hit? No.
He's the guy that caught the touchdown pass, and then I believe another player grabbed the ball and waved it in Woody Hayes' face, and that's when Hayes punched the guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess that was the catch one, and then the one from Montana was the catch two.
Yeah.
Another thing, if I may, this is a touchy subject, on a colonoscopy. I had one 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
My advice is opt out of the anesthesia.
Okay.
You don't need it. You don't need it. There's no pain involved. Zero.
I mean, is it possible maybe that results may vary depending on,
each individual?
Right. Maybe some people have a straw and others have a tunnel. Do you get my drift?
If all things are being equal, it's a camera on the end of something that looks like a snake that a plumber would use. Not to be graphic, but there is no pain involved. Okay. And when I got mine done, I opted out of the anesthesia, and all of the other doctors and nurses around said, "Hey, you know what? The next time I get one, I'm not going to get the anesthesia either."
You know what?
I want to see what's going on that screen.
You know what that is, Dom? That's leadership.
Yeah,
that is
trend setting.
That is that is anus leadership, and you know what? That's
so leading from behind.
That's exactly right. That's how we build bridges. When we come back, safe or out. It's gonna be one of those shows today, isn't it? I didn't even prep for it.
It's all about the prep.
It's all about the prep. That's what you said. When we come back, safe or out. Shohei Ohtani's good at pitching. He's good at hitting. He's not good at business. But sorry. But what else is he good at? Could he have just had the greatest first pitch in the history of baseball? And baseball's been around at least 40 years. We'll talk about that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence dyne test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Some people just know safe drivers save more with Allstate. Just like they know that's the mating call of a blue-footed booby. And not a green-footed booby. Yeah, some people know that. And they know if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 40% with Allstate. Ain't that something?
Based on the national average premium savings for Allstate customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
PGA.com, quick 9, ask readers to compare. At number 9, the banter. People love the good-natured teasing that goes on. Number 8, it's hard to explain, but I don't want to be without it. Number 7, it's an obsession. I eat, drink, and sleep golf. Setting goals is next. At number 5, golf is life. It's a career for some, a passion for most, and a ticket to college for a lucky few. At 4 and 3, a place to relax and an escape, a place to feed the soul and find a peaceful solace. At number 2, a place to learn about ourselves and others. You'll learn more in 4 hours on a golf course than almost anywhere else. Number 1, a few priceless hours to spend with friends and loved ones. Responses included time with my dad, time with my husband or wife, time with my closest friends. It's hard to beat the company you share around with. So what do you think? Why is golf more than just a game to you? Finish this sentence. To me, golf means, I'll let you think about that. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Safer out. Christopher Lott. Question 1.
Shohei Ohtani trained his dog to row out the first pitch last night at Dodger Stadium. Safer out. This pushes him over the top for the Hall of Fame.
So we have the video for those of you watching. For those of you who are radioing, and thank you for listening, by the way. He spent the last few months training. Remember yesterday we talked about the video of the guy who learned, he's a British guy who learned Korean for a year in order to speak to his new in-laws in their native tongue to, honor them. And it was a really cool video. Well, this might have topped it because Shohei Ohtani spent his last few months training his dog, which has like a weird name for the breed. I don't know what it is, but it's a dog. It's cool. It's a nice looking dog. Training the dog to throw out the first pitch. Now, if you're thinking the dog, which is actually a funny thought, because when I first heard Shohei Ohtani's dog throws out the first pitch, I knew this wasn't the case. But in my brain, I had the dog somehow pawing the ball with both paws and on its hind legs and doing like a step back and then maybe a paw kick and then throwing it.
That was the visual you had.
I would say that was the visual I had.
Glove or no glove?
No glove. I mean, come on, it's a dog, Jason. Can't wear a glove. But I will say that would have been better.
Yeah.
But basically the way the dog threw out the ball is when Shohei Ohtani.
Should we see it? Should we watch it?
Yeah, let's do that then. Just trying to get. Here we go. Roll tape, please.
This golden bobblehead. And Decoy is right there with him. Go to work with your owner, Dave. And moments ago, the first dog ever to throw out a first pitch. Was pretty darn impressive, actually. Shohei goes behind home plate. And here comes Decoy with the first pitch.
And it's a strike right down the middle. Little treat, little reward.
Got to be honest, that was right down the middle.
It was.
For you listening,
strike.
Decoy the doggy, great name for a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Had the ball in his mouth on the pitcher's mound. Shohei kind of kneeled down to catch behind the plate, and then when he gave the signal, the dog beelined with the ball to Shohei right down the middle of the plate. Didn't go around it, not even outside.
At first, I thought it just brought the ball to us, like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then it actually let go of it to let it go across the plate. I'm like, oh, okay,
right.
I got a hit.
Well, that knowing Shohei Ohtani, dog's a great hitter,
right?
Dog. So, yeah, that Hall of Fame first ballot.
Now I'm
safe if there ever was. Yeah, I need more of that for my life.
Like gambling,
right? Now it would have been funny if Shohei Ohtani was throwing out the first pitch and the dog had the ball in his mouth and he threw the dog. That would be kind of cool.
Better
just fired the dog right in the plate. Hey, catch the dog. Woof. Carefully. Number 2, please.
Safer out. The pennant race officially begins for you on September 1st.
Chris, please go into the chat and delete the thing that I'm sure you will see needs to be deleted about 4 at the top or the bottom, please. Come on, guys. One in particular. Yeah, September 1st. You know, about 25 games left. That's where it all happens. Hey, Jason, instead of having it the way they set up right now, I was thinking, what if you cut it off at September 1st and that dictates the seedings, and then you just start a 3-week tournament, and that dictates who's where in the playoffs? Would that be better? Probably not.
I don't think so, but interesting thought, right? I mean, so what, is everybody in September 1st?
No, you have like a cutoff.
Okay.
And so like let's say
so
you
like
have
the playoffs.
Yeah. It's like the playoffs that then seed for the playoffs.
Oh, I
see.
see.
Have double playoffs.
The late season tournament.
The LST.
Yeah.
The Emirates LST.
Yes.
It sounds like a college test. Yes. Yeah. So it is. It's September 1st. And really, when we check in on the budding pennant races,
it's been going for me as a Yankee fan for a while here.
Since day one, pretty much. What is it's a matter? Do you happen to remember? I won't hold you to it. About what the biggest lead is for either?
I know the Yankees probably had the biggest one early on because I thought it was over, and then the Orioles caught them, passed them. Now the Yankees are ahead, but it's for the last month or so. It's been within like 2
How
games.
big was their lead at one point? About
maybe 5 to 6.
Did they? I was going to say,
so.
Get above 4? Wow.
I think I could be wrong.
Been close all year. So you have the Orioles, 1 back of the Yankees, who both those teams have now lost a combined 3 in a row. You have the Royals really coming on, dude. Royals, 1 back of the Guardians. Astros, 3.5 ahead of the Mariners. 5 back, Braves from Phillies. 9 back, the Cubs are of the Brewers. And then the Dodgers, 3 ahead of the Diamondbacks. You have to count. So that 1, 2, 3... 4 of the 6 divisions are 3 games or less, 3.5 or less.
Makes it fun.
It does make it fun. So that's where baseball gets incredibly interesting. Then we roll in the playoffs where it's incredibly interesting. Cut number 3, or I should say question number 3, please.
Safer out. Baseball movies are far and away the best sports movies overall.
Are
there more of them?
I think so. And so that's not fair. Just I don't want to go on quantity, but I did find myself thinking about this morning. I know we've had kind of discussions on the periphery about this, especially in the summer. But it's like if you take basketball movies, what are the best one consensus wise? What, probably Hoosiers? Semi-pro Hoosiers. What's the one with Whoopi Goldberg? Sister Act.
Oh, Eddie.
Sister Act.
Doug was playing for the Knicks when that was being filmed, and he has no knowledge of it whatsoever.
Well, let's call him and find out.
And it might be the question I asked him the most when we were together.
The football is what? Remember the Titans? And there's a few others. The longest yard.
Yeah.
Rudy.
Draft day.
Oh, great.
But I feel like baseball is just Field of Dreams, Bull Durham,
Little Big League.
Pride of the Yankees, Little Big League.
Angels in the outfield.
Sandlot.
Hey, what's this Sandlot? What's the football one with the annexation of Puerto Rico?
Oh, Giants.
Little Giants. Is Ladybugs one too?
Oh, that is very problematic.
It is?
Yeah.
It's soccer.
Remember when I was trying to get that podcast started during
Yeah, that's
COVID?
why I watched it, but I don't remember it. Wait. Okay, tell me off the air because I'm innocent here. Yeah, baseball movies. Safe. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Kevin Huerter speaks.
What?
The Red Velvet Roars. We got a couple of audio clips on his recovery and how he is right now. Also, DeMar DeRozan joining the team. And you know, the one thing with him being out and unable to go full bore because of that shoulder, and he'll let you know in this clip when it's coming up. One thing you worry about, honestly, his shot will come back. It's the cardio. It's getting in shape.
Yeah.
And it's finding the energy to get to that point at some point. I suggest to him that he goes and visits our friends at American Energy, Heating and Air, to find that energy that he's looking for. Hello, Carmichael Dave. Here to talk about with my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. That's right, your second opinion partners. Your partners in saving money. Now look, I've been telling you about this for months now. American Energy will get the job done on your HVAC system regardless. They'll tune it up. They'll make sure that preventative maintenance is done, blah, 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 blah. I shouldn't say blah, blah, blah. That's an important thing. But where they're really, really trying to get the point across. And now is really a good time because winter is coming, but not for a while. It's still going to be 100 degrees next week. Now's a good time to get stuff done. They want you to know that if you're working with somebody else, if you've gotten a bid from somebody else, or even invite you to get a bid from somebody else, let them take a shot at it and see how much money they can save you. It's that simple. And they'll come back and they'll come out and give you a second opinion for free. Been in business since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Can Kevin Huerter be the Kings' secret weapon this year? We'll discuss that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, and winds staying fairly light. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Get Labor Day savings right now at Folsom Lake Kia. Coach Christie here reminding you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia for low payments now through Labor Day. FolsomLakeKia.com.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Biana's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee. Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Chris showed me this during the break. This is really interesting. So he's all hot and bothered over Oasis coming back. You know, they haven't played 15 years, but Chris refuses to look back in anger. He's ready to go. And they announced their ticket prices for, I think that's a couple of England shows that he was showing me. And I just want to give you some context, Jason. The average ticket cost for a Taylor Swift ticket this past tour is $1,088.56.
That was average?
Yeah, that comes in just behind, who is this? Adelaide? Adele?
I'm not sure. Not familiar.
Who is at $1,243.96.
That doesn't sound like a deal.
No, it doesn't. Thank you.
Well, they'd be rolling in the deep.
$10.88 or $12.43. Those are let's just give you an idea. Most expensive, and then Taylor Swift. These are huge acts. Now I wouldn't put Oasis in that category as far as demand, but it's certainly, especially in England. So I want you to take a guess because he did this with me. Chris, the question you asked me was, what's the most expensive ticket being sold for the upcoming Oasis shows in England?
Yes, and it looks like at stadiums, what they've got two prices. They have seating and then they have standing, which is like.
And the standing's actually the most expensive, right?
Yes, because that's going to be that's your chance to be up front and everything like that.
So keep in mind it's standing, but you still are up close.
And this isn't counting suites or anything like that.
This is just the most expensive single ticket, like what they're being offered for.
So there's only two set prices. So this and there's okay. Yeah. 2,000.
2,000. I said, wait, isn't that exactly what I said? That's exactly what I said. Christopher Lott. How much?
You're about 10 times off, Jason. $200.
They don't do all of that crap over in England. It's the same way with sports. They'll just be like, nope, not doing it. Pip, pip, cheerio. And they're out.
We'll also protest and lock you down.
He's right. Now, do they do this? Ticketmaster's still Ticketmasters over there, right?
Yeah.
So somehow we're just screwed.
So that's where you're going to watch them, right, Chris?
That's what I'm going to try to do. I got my pre-sale
So it's
ballot.
cheaper to do flight and stay and all that.
Probably. I would assume so. Because I think the rumor is that they're going to play the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
So then it would be like I'd have to get down to L.A.
That's easy.
I'd have to stay in L.A.
That's not hard.
And then
the
get ticket for
the ticket might be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. You know, we had the Boston Tea Party, and I'm not advocating for violence, but at some point we're going to just throw a bunch of bands into the ocean to protest, just right in the Boston.
Well, the bad thing is it's not even the bands.
That you're right, but it's not.
But couldn't they do something about it?
Couldn't they do something? Pearl Jam tried, but what if they all got together and were just like
even when Bruce Springsteen is like part of this, it's like, come on.
It's like they all just like, if you got Taylor Swift and Adele and Bruce Springsteen, and if they all got together and were like, no. I think I told you this story. I won't say who. I won't say the person, but there's a state representative, state senator, or whatever you want to call it, and one of that person's people called me because they were having a press conference to announce this bill, and for some reason they wanted my dumbass there to. It was a bill that would call for the lowering of surcharges or a cap on surcharges from Ticketmaster and all of that other stuff. And my question was, well, what does this bill do? And they go, well, it sends a message. I was like, but are you regulating them or no? We're not going to get into that. And so my question was, okay, how much did this rep take from ticket companies and donations? Did they take anything? Turns out they did. And it's like, okay, if you want to write a bill, because it's also very easily solvable in states, that's cool. Anything above a $10 surcharge or whatever you want to call it, we're going to tax it at 99%.
Right.
You're going to give us the money. So have fun. Like, you can charge whatever you want, Ticketmaster, but we're going to charge it a 99% tax rate.
Especially with a lot of these stadiums and arena being publicly funded.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And that is an ethical contract between government and human everyone's getting ripped off. Max purchase of 4 tickets. So you can't, if you want to scalp them, cool. You got 4 tickets to scalp. Go after the bots.
That's the other thing. Oasis, you can only resell tickets at what you paid for them.
It's being done. The only reason it's not being done here is, again, because we're screwed. There's not enough power behind the whole thing. There's going to be some sort of a Ticketmaster revolution.
We need to remember that our government is supposed to make our lives easier, not just suck every single cent out of us that they can.
I don't know. Maybe that is the joke. Just suck every single cent. You want to go see Adele? Great. $200 ticket, $1,000 surcharge. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kevin Huerter spoke yesterday on what is it, Check Ball podcast? I'd never heard of it, and I don't mean any offense by that. It's cool podcast name. And he talked first off about his injury.
We were talking before this. It's I can start going live September 5th, so just kind of been a long summer. It's like anybody who's been through an injury or surgery. It's just tedious. It takes forever. Trying to be patient. They gave me like a 6-month recovery, and so trying to stay on track with that. But I feel good. Like I want to push more and get into it. October 1st, obviously training camp, what I'm looking forward to, but really kind of want to start doing more and start to get live and things of that nature.
Breaking news, training camp October 1st.
Yeah.
You just slipped that one out. Yeah, that's lame to have been idle for that long. And the thing about a shoulder is, like, if it's a knee, if it's something else, you can. Now, the good news is you can still do cardio.
Sure. But as we know, it's different.
It's absolutely different. So, what I'm hoping for Kevin, our dear friend Kevin Huerter. I'm hoping it's like what you and I talk about sometimes when we don't play golf for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he
You just
needed.
come back, you're like, wow, I still got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like Henry Gardner now, and he's got like the super shoulder,
power arm. Yeah.
He also talked about the new member of the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I think first off, you had someone like DeMar and his skill set, like automatically, I think you're better. You had a player of his caliber, you're a better team. I will say, like, there's a lot of confidence in our building. There has been since I've gotten there, and the West is really tough league. And so, you know, we even felt like last year we dropped a couple easy ones at home or things we could have won, and you're still just right in the mix. You know, every year there's 2 or 3 at the top, and then everybody seems to be right in the middle. And so we've sat there kind of the past 2 years, and I think we have a lot of confidence. I think it can go any way. I think we'll be able to score and play with anybody. Defensively, I think we continue to show we're getting better. Even the second half of last season showed in the playoffs of the Warriors. Like, I think there's another level defensively that we can get to. But it's hard to make predictions just because it also feels like the talent across the NBA is at, for me, I think, like an all-time high. It feels like every team, there's very few that aren't trying to win anymore. And there's a lot of teams that you could easily put in, say, I could see them as a 7-8. They could be in the play-in. And, yeah, I think we're going to be right there in the mix with anybody. I think we can beat anybody in any given night. It's just 82 games. Let's see if we can stay.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, he didn't say it, and this isn't really necessarily a part of what he's trying to say. But I'll tell you, excuse me, I choked on some of this shake, and I can't shake it. No pun intended. Jason, we haven't seen this for a while, but I want to take what he just said, and I want to combine it with this. If I told you there was a guy who last year in 58 games averaged just under 10 points, played pretty decent defense, and shot 39% from behind the arc, making almost 2 per game. Would you say that's worthy of being somewhere on an? Oh, and by the way, they're first round pick, 25 years old.
Would I say that's?
Would you say that's worthy of being on an NBA roster? And he, even as a 12th man,
sounds like someone that should be on a bench.
Lonnie Walker the fourth just signed with the NBA champion Celtics yesterday, and it is a crime that Lonnie Walker the fourth, which, by the way, I'm not trying to say he's an all-star. I'm saying that is a very useful player in the NBA, and the fact that he's sweating out getting on a roster tells you, along with what Kevin Huerter said, all the competition. This is where the NBA is plump for expansion.
Yeah.
That's it's not what he meant, but that's what I took out of what he said. The NBA really does need expansion, and it is coming. And it will be almost certainly Vegas and Seattle here in the next couple of years. Excuse me. He's right, though. There is a lot of confidence, but God, there's a lot of competition in the West.
And competition on the Kings for a spot that Kevin Huerter plays. Yeah. I mean, he's been a starter. He probably wants that position. We know Malik has publicly stated he would like to start. Also has stated, look, I'll do what's best for the team. Keon Ellis probably has an argument.
Yep.
So, or we've talked even about shifting that. Maybe DeRozan's the 2. And I mean, there's some options here, but I think they'll probably go more DeMontis, Keegan, DeRozan at the 5-4-3, leaving that 2. I say open, but I mean, maybe it's Kevin Huerter's spot all along. I know he didn't have the year we wanted,
right?
But I mean, there's some elements to Kevin Huerter that make sense as a starter.
That's absolutely right.
I mean, his size, his length, his shooting ability.
Size, number one. Yeah. I mean, not number one, but the size can't be. Not that he's Mr. 7 foot tall guy, but he is a nice. You have a 6'7" 2 guard,
right?
That's nice.
Yeah, and so. And then you also know that, man, we've got just an amazing 6th man coming in. If you're Mike Brown going, I can now bring in Malik Monk. I can also bring in Keon Ellis to change the course of how we. So they've got good choices, but there will be some strong competition there at that position.
The thing is, I go back and forth on who should start at the 2. There's some days where I'm like, dude, Malik Monk signed here, and plus he's fantastic with Fox. Put that firepower in the backcourt. Let's go. Other days, what we just talked about with Kevin Huerter. Let's see how his shot is. But if his shot's back, with his size, and this isn't an overly sizey team, we could do some damage with her.
Right.
And then I go, actually, they were a top 10 defense post All-Star. Keon Ellis was a big part of that. Defense is the biggest issue here. How do you not have Keon Ellis, who is still developing and is already a all-defensive team caliber player? You want to put that on your bench? Fox and Ellis in the backcourt, let's go. We're going to get into a lot more conversations about this team, but I can't help, and this is going to be one of those broken record things, but why not? I see it. I stay up at nights, Jason, going, how are they going into the season with this power forward situation? It keeps me up. You're asking Keegan Murray and Domantas Sabonis to be your front line.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray is, look, he's 6'8", but Keegan Murray is not a power forward. He is a small forward. And I know the whole positionless thing, but that's offense.
Yeah.
And then you're asking 6'10" Domantas Sabonis and 6'8" Keegan Murray to guard the Towns and Goberts and Wembanyama's and all the Aytons of the world. And they have their depth is Keegan Murray and Trey Lyles. That's their depth. It's like we're going into the season with a really good. I love this team.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Again, it's almost like the Halliburton thing. We're less imbalanced than we were before the Halliburton trade, but we're very close there.
Yeah, I could see where. Look, there are some flaws, roster construction flaws, I guess. But I also would think the thought process behind this. I think if you really look at what I would say are their best players, and I think if we kind of went what we said in Fox, let's say Huerter, Murray, Sabonis,
DeRozan.
Who am I missing? Yeah, DeRozan. Thank you. Probably then Monk, Keon, and Lyles. Let's say that 8.
Sure.
I feel pretty comfortable in some way.
I agree.
That's the top end. And so, yeah, they could be bigger, but is having a bigger guy that's probably not as good as one of the other 8 more beneficial than having that 8 that's at a really high level that is going to be tough to guard, might have some flaws. And I know one of the parts about being smaller, the concern is rebounding. Well, you've got the best rebounder in the league for the last couple of years. They don't have a rim protector. That's not really the DNA of this team. If you have one, you use it. If you don't, you have some games you're like, man, that would have been nice to have that. But, boy, look what Sabonis does offensively. Look what Lyles is doing offensively.
The Celtics didn't have a rim protector.
Yeah. So there's more ways to do it. You got to go off your strengths, too. A team will attack your weaknesses, but you've got to go off your strengths.
And I agree with everything you're saying. I worry about how the Kings are going to be able to defend the drive to the basket by big guys. Because that's really, if you can't stop the drive, you're done. You're a 40-win team tops. If you want to stop a drive, I don't have an answer for you. But if you want to start to drive, well, that's where my friends at Hoblet come in. Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. 30-second break, everybody. Don't go away. It's the Labor Day sales event. Remember, Labor Day weekend coming up. We will be off Monday. Thank you. And they're calling it Hoblet Ramapalooza. Yeah. With the biggest savings in recent memory. Up to $18,000 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie and limited heavy 4x4s. And with over 400 new Rams available. Is that right? 400 new. Think about just walking around a line of 400 Ram trucks. You're sure to find your perfect new Ram at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Right now, $14,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram heavy duties. It is Ramapalooza, man. It's happening now. You got to check out the new Hoblet certified pre-owned Super Center. Search, select, and save. They're full inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 30-second break. We'll come back. 3 for Madness next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right. Three for Madness. Kelly Brothers coming up at 7:30.
Good business.
Make sure you're around, Dad. I mean, like, around the radio. 3 for Madness, question 1, please.
Tom Brady will reportedly have restrictions on him as a broadcaster if he becomes an owner of the Raiders. How do you feel about an owner/broadcaster?
I don't know.
What are the restrictions?
So if they're saying if he becomes a Raider owner,
he can't call a Raider game.
He can't go to team meetings. He can't call Raider games. He can't go to. He won't be in the other the broadcast meetings with other teams, which is like, okay, but then your partner will just come and tell you everything. That's really stupid. It made me think more and more though. Like, isn't Tom Brady being a part owner of the Raiders like pretty much like Shaq when he was the owner of the Kings? Like, how does we have Raider fan in the chat line, obviously. How does Raider fan feel about Tuck Rule Brady coming in? Seriously, though, that would piss me off so much.
Well, a lot of the Shaq thing did too. And then over time, it was less.
You just didn't hear about it because, he's going to work with DeMarcus Cousins. He's going to be courtside all the time. No, he wasn't, and he wasn't. No offense to Shaq. I mean, Shaq made bank off of that.
Sure.
But that deal should have been – it's one of the bigger mistakes ownership made, in my opinion, coming in. It should have been Chris Webber's spot or Mitch Richmond's spot. They gave it to Shaq, who's anyways.
Yeah.
But this whole Brady thing, it just doesn't make sense. I don't get why. It just seems tone deaf by Mark Davis.
Yeah, that part, and then the other part. I'm anxious to see how Brady does as an analyst on TV.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Speaking of Brady, Bill Belichick is adding a weekly visit on the Manning cast to his duties. Who are you more excited about, him or Tom?
I mean, I'm excited about both of them. I think they're both going to be really good. I think Tom is, it's much like it's going to be like Tony Romo, but just better. And also he's still so close to the game. It would have been better if he'd have come in the year after he retired, of course, but he's still going to retain that knowledge. He's just so damn smart and he's well spoken. He's a good broadcaster already. But we've been talking about it a lot. I'm sneaky excited about Bill Belichick because Bill's going to come in this thing on the Manning cast. Is apparently there's also going to be a X's and O's show he does weekly with Peyton Manning as well. I love that. I love hearing Bill talk football.
Yeah. It's funny how they can almost transform. And what I mean, I'm going to go to Nick Saban because sometimes you'd hear him and had sometimes his stuff would get posted and like, okay, that's pretty good as a coach. But other times it almost felt like he was teaching or talking at the media as opposed to talking with them or talking to them.
Yeah.
But now that he's a part of it, I think he's great. I think Nick Saban's really good.
Yep.
And there's been times where we've made fun of Belichick. Or like, okay, why? That question was fair. Why was that your answer? But then when you get him on some of these things, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And so Brady, the example I will give is he was always on a deal with Jim Gray on like Monday Night Football on the radio. And I felt like he never said anything. I mean, he answered the questions, but in just a way that you're like, okay, I learned zero.
Right.
Romo, I felt like we learned at least at the beginning.
Absolutely.
And Tom Brady's one of the greatest, if not the greatest. So let's learn. None of us will be you. None of us can be you. And none of it, you're better than the quarterbacks you're describing. But what are you seeing? What are they doing? Make us learn while we're watching a football game. I think would be great.
I think the key here is it's going to be, and I'm assuming they're paired. A lot of how good Tom Brady does is going to depend on Kevin Burkhardt. And he's excellent.
Yeah.
But it really isn't incumbent upon the play-by-play guy to be the Magic Johnson, right? To be the Ernie Johnson, if you will, and bring that out of Tom. You're going to have to set him up.
Yeah.
You're going to have to set him up. You're going to have to do all that. But I have every confidence that he's going to do quite well and be entertaining. Again, unless you hate Tom Brady, and then, of course, it doesn't matter. You just won't want to hear his voice. I get it. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Speaking of excellent broadcasters, Jason Ross makes his debut on Friday. Also, the Hornets play as well. What word do we want him to sneak in again?
That's today.
Yeah, today. Sorry.
thought it was delicious delivery.
Yeah, isn't it? It's delicious delivery,
And
right?
cantankerous.
Yes.
Yeah. Delicious delivery. Oh, and you're going for cantankerous as a bonus?
Well, that's the word I don't
Oh,
I thought we each got to pick
I
one.
like that idea. Okay. Yeah. Delicious delivery and cantankerous. You know, I heard on the broadcast the other day. This is English soccer stuff. I really liked it. I'm going to get the teams wrong, but it's like the Millwall defense has been asking questions of Huddersfield Town. The Millwall offense has been asking questions of the Huddersfield Town defense all match, and those questions are starting to get answered. It's just, I don't even think I kind of know what that means, but it doesn't matter.
The announcers over there are very poetic.
They really, really are. We all speak the same language, sort of, but it's like the announcers over there, all present parties, the announcers over there write in cursive and we print.
Yeah.
You know?
In bad font.
We'll take a break. When we come back, good font. It's good at business. Kelly Brothers.
Good at business.
Join us next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s to around 100 degrees and winds staying fairly light. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or teen is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
I had been starting to be sick all the time at work, so I went to the doctor. He asked if people in the office smoked. He identified it as being exposed to secondhand smoke. I decided to sue. It was worth it in the end, California being the first state to be smoke-free in workplaces and restaurants in the country.
Andrea was part of a historic movement to ban smoking in the workplace. Learn how she and other Californians are fighting big tobacco at undo.org.
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is a serious heart condition. Some symptoms include being short of breath, feeling tired, or having dizziness or chest pain. My HCM impacted how I felt and what I could do. So I asked my cardiologist about treatment advances that gave me new options. That conversation was big for me. That's why I'm working with Bristol Myers Squibb to raise awareness about HCM and to help others like me. Talk to your cardiologist today and visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with CapTrust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. CapTrust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Each and every Thursday. In fact, the way you know it's Thursday This one, Kelly Brothers.
Right.
Good at business.
Right. And speaking of guests, just a quick note here. Allow us to plug because it's right up top at the on the text line. Dave, will you guys be talking to Dave Richard for Fantasy Football this year? Yeah, we had him. Our captain of guests will be rejoining, like chickens to the roost. Okay, yeah,
we'll go with that
as football and basketball start. But Kelly's an Iron Man. He's with us all year long, talking sports business. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's not just a Thursday; it's a Thursday before a 3-day holiday weekend. We are ready to rock.
Well, let's start out. Any fun plans for you, Kelly Brothers?
Dave, you'll appreciate this. I think. I mean, not well. You got Notre Dame, Texas A&M on Saturday night.
Yes,
that should be a fun game. But Friday night, Jesuit is doing. They have a game under the lights against Rio, and this is the first game under permanent lights at Jesuit High School. So, and the nice thing is we are dedicating the field to a young man named Shane Barnes, who tragically passed away in a training exercise in the Mediterranean last November as he was flying a Black Hawk helicopter. But he's a kid. Get this, guys. I just marvel at this. They asked him when he was 15 years old in the school newspaper if he could leave any legacy, what would it be? And he said, if I could choose any legacy, it would be that I died defending those that I love.
Wow,
and he became one of the great Black Hawk helicopter pilots in the military and paid with his life. So we're dedicating the field to Shane Barnes tomorrow night, which would be great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, is fantastic the right thing to say? You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome that you guys are doing that, or that they're doing that. And what a wonderful way to honor that man who made the ultimate sacrifice. And I'll transition because there's not a great transition out of that. I'm glad. I'm glad you said it, though. But yeah, college football is back for some of us.
Hey, you guys started.
It's just, I hate Ireland. I didn't before.
I blame the Guinness.
That is absolutely right. But it is back. And in addition to college football being back, the Super Bowl is going to be back at Levi Stadium here very soon, along with the World Cup. And Jed York and friends are opening up the wallets. Maybe not for Brandon Aiyuk, Kelly, but they're opening up the wallets for that Levi Stadium.
Yeah, Levi Stadium is less than 10 years old. Let's remember that. And they're putting $200 million into Levi Stadium. $200 million. And it doesn't involve a sunshade or a roof, which is what they really need on some, September afternoons on a Sunday when it can be 88 degrees or 90 degrees in San Jose, Santa Clara. But they're putting in $200 million on the new biggest 4K screens that will be in the NFL. They're putting in all sorts of stuff. They're improving connectivity to Wi-Fi. It's just amazing that, it feels like it's a brand new stadium and they're putting $200 million in. As you point out, Dave, in 2026, they host not only the Super Bowl, but they host the World Cup as well. And so they want this place brand spanking new. And and they make the case, hey, I think there are 5 new stadiums since Levi came online, and it's time for an upgrade. So they're putting it in. In case you're wondering, 90% is paid by the Niners, 10% is paid by Santa Clara.
Well, some percent should be paid by the Kelsey brothers based on the podcast money they're getting. Look, I think we've all done a podcast, versions of a podcast. Kelly, I know I didn't get the kind of payday those guys got. They're living right, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and as someone said on X or Twitter, someone said, "Hey, Travis Kelsey is still the highest paid center in the league, even though he's retired."
Right.
They got $100 million, and of course, you just wonder because you know what that podcast was doing okay. It wasn't doing $100 million okay, but when one of them starts dating the most famous person on the planet, that will help your numbers, and that is what happened. And so they're taking full advantage, and they got $100 million podcast deal. So they're shed no tears for the Kelseys. They're going to be just fine, and it'll be interesting to see how Travis does as he begins his broadcast career in a big way here in another week or so.
And you're mixing up Jason and Travis, but we know what you mean, by the way.
Sorry,
Jason's the one that retired.
yeah.
Travis, yeah. And as far as I hear, too, the rumor says, and I've got a couple of people in my household that follow this, that Travis has already asked Taylor Swift's dad for the marriage hand. But I guess, how about that? Can you imagine this? I know, back when we all got married, one of the pauses, I don't know about you guys, I know it was for me, was my lawyers and Melissa's lawyers had to huddle for a while to work out the prenup. And that sounds
really,
apparently that's what they're doing is Travis Kelce. Yeah. Our prenup. It consisted of a slow cooker and a book before we got, that was our possessions. But apparently their lawyers are all huddled together trying to hammer out the prenup before the marriage proposal goes. Very romantic.
Well, I would imagine that would be a smart move to get that done. That's not the most romantic thing, but as it's as I often say, when young people get together, go out for that first cup of coffee or that first drink or first meal, I would love it if one of them looked across and said, "So, tell me about your credit score." That's just it's an important piece to all this, and. But and you know what? As I understand it, Taylor Swift's father is a financial advisor, or was a financial advisor, and now I think he's just a financial advisor to Taylor. But yeah, there's a lot there, and I think they're smart to do it. It does not add to the the feeling of romanticism at all. But it's a sensible thing to do, I'd say.
Kelly Brothers joining us. Kelly, we're winding down the days of the baseball season, which means we're winding down the days of the A's in Oakland, which means we're also getting closer to them in Sacramento and potentially in Las Vegas. What's the latest on that journey?
Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that for all the Sacramento fans who are in that camp of this is going to blow up in Vegas and they're going to end up staying here. I know it. There's little steps being taken that, and the latest one is that the county that Vegas is in has now issued the permit for the demolition of the Tropicana in pure Vegas fashion. They're holding a big fireworks show and a drone show, but I believe it's October 9th. October 9th, they're going to implode the Tropicana at 2:30 a.m., which I find to be interesting, but they're going to do that at 2:30. It's going to be the first implosion of a strip property in about 10 years in Vegas. But now let's face it, the Tropicana needs to come down whether the A's go there or not. But this is the site that they're planning to build a stadium, the $1.5 billion ballpark. That permit has not yet been issued. It is still pending, but the what sits in its way is coming down on October 9th.
This conversation tends to be for me, Kelly, a lot like last year, where I was one of the few people saying I probably wouldn't have had Florida State in the Final Four, even though they went undefeated. And I'm a lifelong FSU fan, and I got killed by FSU fans. It's the same thing with this A's thing. Like I'm as big a honk for Sacramento as anyone. But to your point about the whole, well, if Vegas falls through, they're staying. I always wonder, well, let's complete that thought. Let's just say Vegas falls through. Who's building the stadium here? Where is the money coming from? Because I can tell you it ain't coming from the city. I can promise you 1 trillion %. You might get some breaks on infrastructure. You might get some tax breaks. They'll contribute something per se, but it's not going to be like Golden One Center. And you're talking about a stadium that's going to be about $1 billion. So my first question would be, where's the stadium being built? Oh, by the way, knock on wood, I think we're on the verge of having a soccer-ish outdoor stadium being built as well. So you're going to get 2 stadiums built within a couple of years. And then 3, if Vegas falls through, why do people think John Fisher would just automatically stay in Sacramento for funsies instead of putting up the team for sale to the highest bidder, and they can move to Salt Lake or back to Oakland or here, wherever. And no offense to Vivek or anyone else, God bless them, but they're not going to win a bidding war, Kelly. So I feel like it's fine as long as we understand what Sacramento is in this situation. we're in Airbnb.
Yeah, you know what we are? We're a rebound relationship. That's what we are.
Yeah, we're the
it's gonna
side,
be short and sweet, and then it's gonna go away.
We're the side piece. We're the side piece.
Yeah,
we're the ones you don't tell mom and dad about.
Yeah.
But the whole well, if Vegas falls through, they're staying. Look, anything can happen. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's just logically speaking, no one yet has to help me out with the whole, okay, they're going to stay. Is Fisher going to own the team? And do you want that? Okay, well, let's say that's fine. You can put up with it for baseball. Okay, well, how are you building the stadium? Who's building it? Where's the money coming from? How's that happening? Because Vegas, they've already committed $350 million. That's the amount of money Sacramento committed for Golden One Center. It's not like we have a new mayor coming in, who's either going to be somebody who's on record saying stadiums should be built by owners, or is literally on record voting no multiple times to the arena deal. It's one of those two people coming in. This ain't Kevin Johnson. It ain't Darryl Steinberg. There's no appetite for public subsidies for a baseball stadium right now. Not here.
Hey, don't ruin it for us, Dave. Let us have the dream.
That's right.
I mean, it's like you're negotiating the prenup for Kelsey and Taylor Swift here. Let us enjoy the moment.
We haven't had an itch yet.
Yeah. You're right, but that's a downer. So let's just ignore all that.
I'm just being protective. I don't want everybody sitting down to the table at the restaurant thinking they're getting filet mignon and it's a hamburger. Like, hamburgers are good. Yeah. It ain't no filet mignon.
We have hamburger. The River Cats are hamburger. Yeah.
The River Cats. Okay, so maybe it's one of them Wagyu burgers.
Okay. Yeah, maybe an
upgraded
possible meat. Yeah.
It's a rib.
Speaking of those sorts of stadiums, I watched a little bit of Giants Brewers, and I guess in Milwaukee it was 90% humidity, and these guys were literally drowning in their own jerseys. They were sweating so much, and that stadium has a roof, and I'm thinking, why would you build a stadium with a roof and not be able to control the climate? I don't get that part either. But
It's Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Milwaukee can't control the climate. They say it all the time.
Yeah.
That's what they say. It's a land of beers and Laverne and Shirley, and it can't control the climate.
And sausage races.
Yes, that's right. Sausage races, 100%. Not just, never mind.
By the way, hey, just a plug for Bite Size Finance Podcast. I did one last week with Jeff Levering, local kid, play-by-play voice of the Brewers. Great young man, and replacing a legend. He's replacing Bob Uecker, who is 90 years old and still drives his vet to the game every night, the home games. He doesn't do road games anymore, but he is still going strong at 90.
And it's funny because they announced when Bob retires, they're giving him a pair of permanent seats at Brewer Stadium for him. You know where they're going to be, Kelly?
Back row.
Nope. They must be in the front row. Come on. It's Kelly Brothers. He joins us each and every week. Listen up for the visit with Jeff Levering, part of the Levering Sacramento dynasty. His cousin Melissa went to school with me, and I think his other cousin Jenny went to school with my sister. There's 900 Leverings, and we are proud to have him.
And we like them all. Yeah,
we like them all.
Good to see you guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great weekend.
Take care, you too, Kelly. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, let's time to preview things.
Let's do it.
How about we go to the AFC North?
Okay.
And I hope my number one Lamar hater is on, because we're going to talk about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. We'll do that next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back-to-school list. He needs crayons and a notebook for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez. Might I suggest 2 carts?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and 2-pocket poly folders are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/31, in-store only, limit 10 while supplies last.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
It's the Labor Day Sell-a-thon at Folsom Lake Ford. Get low finance rates and 0 down deals on approval of credit right now. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, over 35 years in the Folsom Auto Mall. And tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you.
Hooking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Here's a great idea. It's been going for a while, apparently. I just saw a clip of it. The American Sevens Football League. It's pioneered, I guess, more like re-established. A new take on football, sort of. It's 7-on-7, and what's unique about it is they don't play with helmets.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen these
Some
clips.
claim that's safer.
Yeah.
Wait, is this football or rugby?
It's football.
Okay.
And they don't use hard shell pads or helmets.
Okay.
And in watching the clips, Jason, of this, yeah, dude.
Does it look safer or no?
It really does. You know, the whole thing, like, well, if they, and I've heard this too, if they don't play with helmets, then they'll probably take it a little bit easier on each other. And it doesn't look like they do.
Well, obviously these are the worst of the worst, but
sure.
Because that's kind of the idea of rugby, but you can't like just run up and just knock someone as hard as you can. You have to try and wrap them up. I don't know why they wouldn't make that rule on
people up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like there's any penalties.
And it doesn't look like they're getting their heads hurt, though.
Why?
Doesn't look like it.
Like if you're going that fast and getting knocked to the ground, there's
You're
some
hurting
sort
your
of
head.
damage.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. As long as I feel like it should be mandated that the league has to provide lifetime insurance that they pay for. Because what I don't want is to have to pay for that later.
Do they even have that in the NFL?
Probably not. No, yeah, they do, don't they? And the pension and all. I think they do, actually. I could be wrong. I know they do. I know they do. I just don't know if there's a certain amount of service time.
I know that they have to provide them for the lawsuit. The people in the lawsuit.
Yeah, and they could do a lot better. But it's like, dude, if you're voluntarily doing that,
So I think if you played a snap in the NFL, they've got so much money, you should be taken care of medically for life.
I couldn't agree more. They got the cash, and they're good with it. They're charitable people. They like spreading their money. If the NFL is very, very, very their reputation very considerate.
Yeah, they're known for that.
The ex-players are known for that. All right, speaking of football players, the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh, 16 seasons now.
Man.
He and Mike Tomlin are now I believe they're the elders now that Carroll and Belichick are gone.
But both guys consistently good.
Both guys consistently good. The Ravens have made the playoffs 11 times in 16 seasons under John Harbaugh. He has won championships. He has seen the Ray Lewis era into the Lamar Jackson era. 10 of those 16 seasons, double-digit winning seasons. Last year, the Ravens were top 5 in offense and defense. Lamar Jackson got his second NFL MVP. And I always joke because my guy on the text line who hasn't quite shown up yet, we'll see, is always, he's the Lamar Jackson should have been a receiver. He's terrible. And look, I think objectively speaking, Lamar Jackson is a top 5 player in the NFL, in my opinion. And I think that opinion is shared by quite a few. As a matter of fact, I think he was ranked number 2 by the ESPN Top 100 poll of folks. But at some point, the allegations stick, and you need to do something in the playoffs. It's great to get there. It's great to win your division. It's great to have double-digit wins, and a lot of teams would love to do that. But he's got to do something.
Yeah. And this, to me, the Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, quote-unquote problem is Patrick Mahomes. In a sense. I mean, how many between him and or Brady before that? I mean, it's just there are going to be, I think, the best quarterbacks are in the AFC.
Yeah.
And there are going to be a lot of them, if the Chiefs continue to do this and Patrick Mahomes continues to do this, that he is changing legacies for other people.
He really is.
Because I think Josh Allen is awesome. I think,
absolutely,
the Jets have a lot of hope with, and Aaron Rodgers going to get another one there. Well, maybe, but also, is he going to be blocked by the Chiefs? Is Lamar going to be blocked by the Chiefs? Is Pittsburgh and all these years of a good defense going to be blocked by the Chiefs? There's a lot of teams that have been either blocked by Brady or the Chiefs, or even Manning too before that.
To your point, last year, the Ravens beat Houston in the first round 34-10. Conference round 17-10 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. The year before, they lost 24-17 to the Bengals. That was in the wild card round. The year before that, why don't I have playoffs? Was that
they might have missed one of those years?
Yeah, they might have missed one of those years. Okay. 2020, they beat Tennessee 20-13 on the road. They lost to Buffalo. Also on the road.
Lost to the Chiefs after that.
Yeah, and then Buffalo lost to the Chiefs 17-13. And then the year before that, 28-12. Was 2019 his rookie year? I want to say it was 2018. 2018, they lost to the Chargers 23-17. By the way, your point about the Chiefs.
I mean, it's not specifically them every year, but
also then I need I think in let's see, 18, 19, 20 or 18, 19, 21, 22. So that's 6 years. And they've lost to, I think, 4 different teams. We just went in the playoffs. So again, the allegations stick. It's okay, Lamar. Yeah. And by the way, It's not all Lamar Jackson,
Of course.
but that's who gets paid all the money.
Mhm.
So it is Lamar Jackson, unfortunately. Fairly or not. What are we doing here? What are we just? Are we going to be a great regular season team that just? But I'll throw something at you, Jason, and you tell me if you disagree. But the Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are perhaps a slightly better version of the NFC's Dallas Cowboys in the Lamar Jackson era.
You know, it's interesting. I thought you were going to say the 49ers.
I would say this because I totally get where you're coming from. The only difference there is that the 49ers consistently win in the playoffs. They just can't win the big one over this era. So yeah, I would say that if the Ravens were doing what the Niners were doing and losing to the Chiefs in the playoffs, in the conference championships, on and on, yeah. But I think it really is. I say slightly better because I think Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, but they're both very good. And the Ravens have had more playoff success than the Cowboys, but they both are the whole great regular season. Everyone's talking about them. Then they get to the playoffs. And,
Yeah, I mean, to have the metrics where it was top 5 offense, top 5 defense, and to not get the ultimate prize, that's a tough year where you were really good, one of the best teams, and not rewarded at the end. I mean, the reward is individually to Lamar Jackson, great, another MVP, but I'm sure he's thinking like the organization is time for a Super Bowl.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the AFC North, which is a pretty loaded division. How about the Cincinnati Bengals, a Super Bowl possibility each and every year? Maybe the one antidote we've seen, the closest maybe we've seen to Patrick Mahomes in Joe Burrow. We'll talk about this year, what they dealt with last year, and why this could be the year for them. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, and winds staying fairly light. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
This Labor Day, head to the Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's with 25 games left in the season and a chance to impact the race in the American League with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial,
It is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the Labor Day sales event?
We're calling it the Hoblet Ramapalooza. Right now, we have the biggest savings I can remember, with up to $18,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie and limited Hemi 4x4s. And with over 400 new Rams available, you're sure to find your perfect new Ram truck at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Oh, is that it?
Nope. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram Heavy Duties. And with over 400 new Ram trucks available, there's no other way to describe it than Hoblet's Ramapalooza.
Well, you heard the man. Ramapalooza is happening now, and you have to check out the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Super Center. You can search, select, and save through their full inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
18,000 total net savings after 11,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discount. 14,000 total net savings after 6,000 factory rebates and 8,000 dealer discounts. Rebates may include $3,000 Hoblet Select coupons or $2,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade-ins. All coupons available only while supplies last. 5 or more to each net savings. See dealer for details.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Before we get to the Bengals, Jason, saw this during the break. We talked about Tom Brady earlier, if he was going to be part owner of the Raiders, there might be some restrictions put on him.
Yeah.
I watched this video during the break, and I got to tell you, I said I was excited for Brady and Belichick to enter broadcasting. You can just listen. This is from his YouTube channel. This goes into his they're talking about his preparation for his first game, which will be against Cleveland will be involved. Sorry. Yeah, just take a listen here.
Okay, what do you got? All right, so we're back in Miami, 13 days until week 1. The next 2 weeks here, essentially kind of tunnel vision on this.
Yeah, it's actually really exciting, I think, to have the urgency. It's been 30 months since I actually committed to doing this. Just got time to really take it all in and put myself in a position to understand what it really takes to be successful with this. So I actually had a crazy dream last night. The Super Bowl was coming up and I had yet to do a game, and Fox had it, and they called me up and they're like, hey dude, you're going to do the Super Bowl. And it was that day. And I was like, that's kind of weird though. The Chiefs are in it, and I know the Chiefs, and the 49ers are in it, and I know them. So like, I could probably do it. And literally I like snapped out of it.
This is literally like the high school, you wake up and you have a test that you haven't studied for dream. Like
it was
the recurring.
Unbelievable. Yeah, fired up. And it's been, I think, a lot of preparation to get to this point. So I think now it's for me now, how does the preps actually translate into a real life game? And I think when I see that red light go on, I think it's pretty exciting for me to be like, here we go.
All right, last thing. I know it's in those books. I saw them today. What's the 2017, 2018, 2019 QB book?
I basically kept every call sheet, scouting report from every game that I played by season in real time. So 2016 QB book is 2016 season. This was the first game of the year I was actually suspended for that game, Arizona. You wonder why I picked 2016? My first game back at Cleveland, which happens to be my first game as a broadcaster. These were notes that I did based on plays I want to run. This is our final call sheet. There was about 95, and then Josh always hid plays in here from Bill, because Bill always wanted to never like a high play count. So Bill would always Josh would asterisk plays in 95. Then he put for JM. And then there was the back of the call sheet. So we probably ended up having 150 plays. These are all Belichick's notes. These were all scouting reports. Jordan Poyer, he's in there. Demario Davis, beast. Still, it's just good to keep track of all the information rather than throw it in a big bin and you don't know where it is. I think for here, it's all organized really well. And I think if I want to refer back to players or scheme or defense coordinators, it's all here, basically with guys still in the league. I'll do the same thing as a broadcaster. I'm going to store information going into the season. I'll be involved in football for a long time. So
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
That actually really, because that's the one thing you can't quantify is that, and Belichick's the same, but nobody prepped like Brady.
Right.
Brady was a freaking professor when it came to this stuff. So if we get some of that on the air, which you got to think we will,
right?
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be really, really fun to watch. I am excited for that. I'm also excited to see what the Cincinnati Bengals can do this year as a good team. Jamar Chase issues aside,
right?
And you imagine they will figure those out at some point. Joe Mixon is off to Houston. They replace him with Zach Moss, who I believe was a Bill last year.
Yeah.
Yes. No, sorry.
Bills
Colts.
and Colts. Yeah. Or Colts. Yeah.
So you wonder there a little bit. I mean, Joe Mixon was quite good, but Jamar Chase, T. Higgins continues to be awesome. Nothing wrong with Mike Gesicki at your tight end. They've got a nice, strong defense, a strong enough, I should say, defense. But this is just one of those teams that really, I think, Jason, is, I don't want to say under the radar, but it's one of those teams that could conceivably come out of the AFC. That's not really, you got your Ravens, you've got your Bills, you got obviously the Chiefs. And, I think honestly, there's probably more hype around the Texans than there has been around the Bengals. Like, if Joe Burrow's healthy and the rest of that team, their guys are playing, this team can beat anybody.
Sure. And it's a really brutal division. Last year, they were injured and they still went above 500 at 9-8. The year before that, AFC Championship game. The year before that, in the Super Bowl. So they have been good. I mean, this already is an organization that's been playing in high leverage games. And Burrow, I think, is phenomenal. I really do. I just think he, staying healthy, and it hasn't been a problem till last year. So that's the thing. It's like if Burrow's good to go, they've got a chance in every game. He's that good.
Out Burrow is obviously the alpha and the omega. And let me ask you this. Where do you put a healthy Burrow on your list of quarterback? If Mahomes is one, and let's just say, I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, 2, 3, does Burrow sneak in there?
Yeah. He can't. I mean, I think that's the one. Like, I don't feel like anybody's going to take Mahomes off the list at number one based on what he's already done and probably what he still will do. But I feel like the rest of that list can interchange by year. So who had the better year? Like last year, Lamar was phenomenal. Now all of a sudden he's up to number 2. I would say a few years ago, maybe he had drifted to 5, 6, 7, somewhere in that range. Well, you win a second MVP. He moves up to 2 and 3 on people's list. So Joe Burrow is an MVP caliber quarterback. So I could see him vaulting all the way up near the top.
They got to sign Chase though.
Yes. And that's going to complete the team. That's going to make them more, give him more weapons. It just, what it feels like what this division may come down to is the games amongst each other.
Yes.
So if you play, in the Bengals case, they'll play the Steelers obviously twice, the Ravens twice, and the Browns twice. Are they going, 3 and 3, 5 and 1? Like, what are the tiebreakers and who's really dominating the division games? I think is how that might get separation.
I was looking at the Bengals schedule. It's actually interesting. They start at home versus New England. That should be a win. Then they go to Kansas City. Then they have Washington at home, at Carolina. Wow. Then they host Baltimore. Oof. Then they go to New York.
Which one?
Giants, sorry.
Okay.
At Cleveland. Okay, that's going to be a challenging one, but you have a New York sandwiched in there should be a win. Then they host Philly. Then they host the Raiders. Then they go to the Ravens. Then they go to Chargers. They host Pittsburgh. They're at Dallas, so that's a tough stretch. At Tennessee, home Cleveland, home Denver, at Pittsburgh. So it's very I would say when looking at the rest of the schedules, the Bengals schedule seems to be incredibly fair as it could be considering the schedule that they have to play.
Right. And, the schedule, reading it before the year, it never quite plays out the exact same way. But you're right. Just listening to that based on the way it's laid out, based on a year ago, there are some landmines in there, but there's also some games you go, if they're right, that should be a nice day for the Bengals.
That is 100% correct. So if you're a Cincinnati fan, and Cincinnati, again, one of those teams that historically is either really, really good or for the most part not.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had, their Super Bowl appearances, that's for sure. And any Niner fan certainly knows that. It's going to be a very, very interesting year.
Yeah. Where do you put Burrow, by the way?
Mahomes, probably Allen, Jackson. Trying to think, would I put anyone over Burrow? And probably Burrow.
Yeah.
4. But
Josh Allen's interesting to me too. I think he automatically kind of goes up there, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be.
Sure.
But I think there could be a debate there. I mean, he's really talented. Yeah. And separating the talent on those other guys, where the resume of Mahomes just makes it easy to put him right at number 1. I mean, that's just easy. Because statistically, he doesn't always have the best individual numbers during the season, though he's really, really good. But then when you get to when it matters most, Mahomes is just awesome in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And Josh Allen's, he's got some questions being asked of him too. And Josh Allen's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. The problem is Josh Allen's also prone to the really big mistakes. If I had a knock against Josh Allen, it's that he's prone to making big boo-boos.
Sure.
Before we break here, are you here? Would you like to hear some broadcast and or press conference innuendo, Christopher Laud style?
Yes, for sure.
Let's go to the Red Sox broadcast yesterday, and broadcaster simply talking about the game of golf.
How about a little threesome? This booth, we could do some.
I don't get it.
On the golf course, 0-2 to Ernie Clement. Hurry back, Joe Castig.
Huh. Someone got the giggles. Huh.
Someone playing golf. Press conference last night. Fever. Big win over, I think it was Connecticut yesterday. Their first win since 2021 as they try to get to the playoffs. And Caitlin Clark was at the podium, and she was in the middle, but it was her teammate who answered a question that gave Caitlin a giggle. Again, I didn't understand it. I don't get the reference. Maybe you will, Jason.
Get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of that. Caitlin? Yeah. We're done.
Did I miss something? I'll replay it. It is right at the beginning here.
Get my hands on as many balls as I could, and take advantage of that. Caitlin? Yeah.
They're all laughing. I
Who said Caitlin? One of the teammates?
Yeah, one of the teammates.
Oh, Lex.
I don't get it. She's just answering a question, trying to play defense.
Right.
And finally, I saw this question. This has nothing to do with sports, but I think it's interesting. Someone comes to your city for the first time. You have to recommend one meal that most represents your city. Not necessarily the best restaurant, but a place or a meal that defines your city's taste and culture. What's the meal or where do you send them? I guess, isn't it kind of, I don't want anybody getting in trouble here. Isn't it kind of a local law that we have to say farm to fork? I feel like. No,
but what would that answer be? Like?
I
That's
don't
not
know.
a plate. I mean, that's just a statement.
The Tower Bridge dinner, send them there. That's farm to forky. I don't even know what the hell. I mean, farm to fork. What? Just get it off the damn water tower, and I don't care. We're the city of trees. Okay, that's what needs to be on the water tower, not farm to fork. But I don't know. Like, do you go old school? And I've only been here once, but is it like a Frank Fats? Like, what's the signature?
Would people say
McCooney? Yeah.
Well, that's everywhere. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everywhere here.
Yeah.
No, but like they've got there's spots in the Bay Area.
Oh yeah, that's true. But it,
Tahoe,
In and Out. I know that's everywhere, but I've really kind of paused on that. Everyone's going to have their kind of own opinions, but I just don't feel like there's one that like, oh no, this is the one for Sacramento.
See, now if I make that even smaller and we go with different areas of Sacramento, like I'm from South Sac, the first thing that I would say, oh, Roma's Pizzeria.
Gotcha.
Is there a Carmichael equivalent?
Yanni's.
Laurel.
Laurel. It used to be D. Miller's Barbecue, but that's gone now.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I probably was over by there. I would say it the other day, but maybe it's 3 or 4 weeks ago. What happened?
Eli and his wife, I think they moved full time to the Philippines, where she's from. I'm pretty sure that's where they went. They've been closed down for a couple years now. You know who? Obviously, they're huge Kings and Monarchs fans. You know who their number one all-time Kings, Monarchs, whatever. You know who their number one personality is? Pictures plastered on the wall, autographs, all that stuff. Number one. Take a guess.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. She joins us every week during the basketball season.
Really?
They are Katie honks, like obsessives. We went in there one time together. She had no idea, which was good. I mean, it's not that she didn't have any idea. She knew the place. But she hadn't been there in long enough to see everything on the walls. I mean, they must have had like 8 different photos, some signed, some not, like one of her in college. It's I think the order is something like Katie, Chris Webber, Tisha, and Jerry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good mix.
Big Jerry fans. We'll take a break. When we come back, onward and upward, AFC North. Just a minute break here. Cleveland Browns. And there's 2 huge questions, but I think one towering over everything else. We'll do that next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown. CMC.
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Getting some, the Sacramento signature food. So MC says Leatherby's. Leatherby's has to be in the conversation. But again, in your bubble, like you said, with Roma's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much Leatherby's applies to everybody, but I'm with him on that.
We're a Gunther's family.
Yeah. So you're a Gunther's family. We're a Leatherby's family.
I'm an ice cream family.
That is what someone from Southern California would say.
No. But maybe the best, I don't know, they're all really good. Somebody said Fanny Ann's. That's the one downtown, right? Old Sac? Fanny Ann's. Just remember, everybody, Fanny means something different in England.
Very much so.
I learned that the hard way.
Do not talk about your fanny pack.
Nope.
In England.
Nope. Don't ask your kid to go shag balls either. A lot of people saying thrifty, but they don't really exist anymore.
Rite Aids don't even really exist anymore.
We got one by our house, and they do have Thrifty's ice cream. And every once in a while, they'll have a 2 for $5 on the best flavor ever, chocolate malted crunch.
And you really needed to get it out of the specialty ice cream gun. For it to truly be a thrifty.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Got one at home. That was one of my favorites.
Of course you do.
My wife got it for me. I think it was last Christmas. I was about as excited as any present I've ever gotten. Just the real, actual Thrifty's ice cream gun. Just nice little cylindrical.
Do you do it with all ice cream or just Thrifty's ice cream?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. There is a standing rule in the house that the ice cream gun is not allowed to be. You can't get that Breyers out of here. Get the Dryers out of here. Whatever ice cream, it has to be Thrifty ice cream for you because it doesn't taste the same. Obviously, stupid. Best idea I've seen so far, maybe. I really like the people saying Jim Boys.
Yeah,
Jim Boys is pretty iconic here, and started here, right? Pretty sure Jim Boys is. I know they still have this old like one that looks like it's from the '60s in Roseville by the train tracks.
Yeah, there's a couple. I guess I would think that have maybe coming. Is the one in Carmichael still there?
There's one on Fair.
No, I'm thinking of Merlino's.
Oh, Merlino's Orange Freeze. I think it's changed because that's one on, I want to say El Camino and Eastern.
That felt like a kind of an institution.
It was. No, for sure. We used to grab that after junior high sometimes. And those things are just awesome. But it was the Orange Julius and all that. Oh,
Orange Julius.
I love me an Orange Julius.
Are they around anymore?
I don't think so. And I think Merlino's changed hands. I think they did. Because that used to be a real, you had a Godfather's. Man, let me tell you, if you had some car wash money, you had the, you get out of school and they ran the Godfather's Pizza buffet till 4. You can go over there and grab yourself Godfather's Pizza. I think it was like $2.90. I think it was like $2.99. And then you get a drink, salad bar, and all the pizza you can eat. And they had they had like a cinnamon swirl dessert pizza there. And then you go over to Merlino's. You ride your bike to Merlino's after. And,
Bobby made a good point of bringing a Shakey's pizza to Golden One.
So they have the Shakey's sign.
Yeah. I mean, it started here.
That's a good. Sam's Hofbrau is a real good one. And they're bringing it back, right? Mm-hmm. They're bringing it back.
You guys are doing the show out there, right?
I would want. Oh my God! I would 100. Oh my God! That's such a great idea. We should have our thing at Sam's Hofbrau. They'd have to open early. I would 100%. Dude, I can't speak for the sales staff, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I, for myself, would do a 100% free remote. In fact, screw that. I will speak for it. We should do that. I get it. We're a business, but dude, come on. That's a community thing. If we could help them when they reopen by having a remote out there and bringing people down there, I would screw it. I'll go out there with my own little set, the computer and the little roadcaster, do it there. That's actually a really good idea, Chris, when they reopen, because they got burnt.
Literally
they got that whole thing got gutted, and they were going to close down, but I guess somehow someone intervened. They're coming back. I'm getting hungry. Just like the Cleveland Browns, Jason, are hungry.
Are they hungry?
They are. And we talked earlier about, like, when we were talking about the Bengals, about teams that this is kind of a cool time right now in the NFL, because Detroit and Cincinnati and Cleveland are all good teams.
Yeah. At least we think so.
We think so. And Cleveland should be better than they are, as a matter of fact. Niner fans will remember Cleveland beat them last year in that rainy, goofy game. They were 11-6 last season. And when you take a look at their schedule from last season, you take a look at their losses, kind of all over the place. As they
Joe Flacco saved them.
Joe Flacco absolutely saved them. They lost at Pittsburgh in their second game. They got 28-3 by Baltimore in week 4. Then they lost by 4 at Seattle. They lost to Denver. They got blown out by the Rams. And then they lost the final game of the season to Cincinnati before losing, just getting blown out in Houston in the postseason. But, Jason, they beat Cincinnati 24-3. They beat the Niners 19-17. They beat Baltimore 33-31. I mean, all these close games. They beat Houston 36-22 in Houston in week 16. Like, there are some quality wins there.
Yeah, and to me, the whole thing with this team, with Cleveland, is Deshaun Watson.
You're 100%
and
right.
They've made the investment, whether it was financially and or picks. That's got to pay off at some point. I thought it would. It hasn't, not to what the degree they thought it would. But we've just got done talking about Lamar Jackson and what the and Joe Burrow, how good the AFC quarterbacks are in their own division too. And he's capable of having those kind of years to be a top 10 quarterback. He hasn't been for the Browns.
No. And it's very frustrating because, and again, every time you talk about Deshaun Watson, you have to do the disclaimer. We're talking about Deshaun Watson, the football player, not Deshaun Watson off the field stuff. So in no way, shape, or form is our analysis to be construed as any sort of endorsement of Deshaun Watson or anything else.
Well done.
Thank you. So Deshaun Watson, the year before he got to Cleveland, 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 90 carries, 444 yards, 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson is making a case to be, we just did a list of quarterbacks.
Right.
You can put Deshaun Watson right up there.
For sure.
With everyone. He could play with anyone. But his first 2 years in Cleveland have absolutely been stinkeroonies. Just stinkeroonies. And why? He's dealt with it. He played 6 games each year. But when you look at this Cleveland team in general, first off, the team stops and starts with that defense. Mm-hmm. And it's led by Myles Garrett. And they are absolute studs. That defense, arguably the best, if not top 5, just between Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and the rest of those guys alone. Darius Smith, my God. But now you add Jerry Jeudy, David Njoku's, I think, an underrated tight end. And it's too bad they don't still have Kareem Hunt. They do have Jerome Ford, but Nick Chubb, who just destroyed himself last year, he's on the PUP list. He'll miss at least the first 4 games. But if Ford, who filled in, by the way, he had some games last year where he filled in quite nicely. But if Jerome Ford, who had 800 yards last year and much of that year was in a backup role, if he can do something for these guys and just kind of hold the fort, they're cooking, dude.
Yeah, they're going to be an interesting watch again in that division in the AFC. Deshaun Watson, you feel like it's a make or break year for him in the sense like, look, they've done the investment. It's either we're going forward with this guy and he's our guy for the foreseeable future, or we got to pivot. If he's not living up to what all the stuff that they invested in him.
I don't know if they can pivot.
They may not be able to.
That contract,
and you're trapped,
is fully.
They kept 4 QBs.
Doesn't matter. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, this just out today. This is an hour ago. The Browns have restructured his contract. I was actually looking up his contract. Mm-hmm. They've restructured his contract, creating nearly 36.
What?
They just restructured his contract, creating up to $36 million in cap space. Because that Amari Cooper trade was on the Why am I uh-ohing everybody? So Amari Cooper at one point was rumored to be one of the trades on the table. I believe it was Amari Cooper and picks for Brandon Aiyuk. Now, it may just be a total coincidence, but the fact that they just restructured Deshaun Watson's contract and they've got $36 million in cap space, which weirdly enough would give them plenty of room to sign Brandon Aiyuk to a long-term deal. I got to tell you, by the way, as a Niner fan, long-term, no, but short-term, I love Amari Cooper. Yeah. I love Amari Cooper. Now, I'm not trying to say it's a better – I will say this. Amari Cooper is a better route runner than Brandon Aiyuk.
Sure. He's one of the best in the
maybe
league.
The best in the league. And if you're going – anyways, let's just put a pin in that. But let's just put a pin – hey, that's a corporate word. Anyways, all right. We'll take a break when we come back. AFC North preview finale, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The team that just keeps the Russ Wilson era, let it begin. We'll do that right after those.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. Kings lead by 3.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, and winds staying fairly light.
Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $59. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The Labor Day Sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. Get huge discounts, low finance rates, and 0 down deals on approval of credit right now. Shop Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you.
The final games of the 2024 Sacramento Rivercats season are upon us. Soak up the last days of summer at the ballpark at one of our remaining giveaway or theme nights. Giddy up for Wild West Night. Get your wands at the ready for our inaugural Harry Potter night and cap off the season with Fan Appreciation Day. Plus, don't miss out on our final giveaway of the season, a Rivercats golfer hat to the first 2,500 fans on Friday, September 20th. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha. And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
There's never been a better time to experience Jeep life for yourself than right now at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This Labor Day, they have great deals and an amazing selection of the Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Cherokee 4xEs. Stop by and see for yourself off of Business 80 across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course.
Sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports. Well, we were just talking NFL. Here we go. Dolphin has been accused of sexual assault at a beach. Apparently, this was in Osaka Bay, Japan. 44
5 people reportedly assaulted. It's an actual dolphin that did this, reportedly. Apparently, dolphin was in the mood and has been accused of biting and rubbing inappropriate parts of itself on beachgoers. Researchers suspect it's the same dolphin due to similar tail fin wounds. So
not dolphin safe.
Not dolphin safe. I arrest that dolphin. How do you plead, Flipper?
Fins up.
Put your fin. What do you do with that? Dolphins were sweet and cute. You know,
that's how they get you.
that's
Want to get in the water?
45 people? Wouldn't you think at 40 they're like, get out of the water? There's a horny dolphin on the loose. Jesus. Okay. Wow.
Finkel's Einhorn.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. They're, look, what are the Steelers going to do? They're going to hit 500 or better. We know that almost certainly. But what are they going to do beyond that?
Do you think they named, and then by they, Coach Tomlin yesterday named Russell Wilson the QB because he earned it with the Steelers, I should say, or is this a lifetime achievement? Like, hey, this makes more sense to start the veteran. It's always easier to go to the younger guy and kind of a backup spot.
Yeah, because it was between he and Justin Fields,
right?
I don't know. Was it one of those like, do you do the green beans or the whatever? I don't know if it was just the least of the.
Yeah, and I think they're both more than capable. But like, for example, I guess New England finally just named Jacoby Brissett, and I'm like, really? I thought it'd be Drake May, but I think I just wonder if it's a parallel there. It's like, all right, Brissett's been around. He knows how to, he'll be the most functionable guy game one. That's probably true.
Right.
But, Drake May's who you drafted. He's the future. You're not a great team in New England. Now, Pittsburgh probably thinks, and they should think this way, that they can make the playoffs. So who gives them their best chance? That's the question. And Mike Tomlin, I'll trust him here. But
that's exactly right.
Yeah. By the way, I know you're doing schedules earlier. Just take a look at Pittsburgh's, the back end of their schedule, because I saw it on the TV earlier. They were talking about Russell Wilson. And when I saw their last, I think it's like from week 11 on.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm looking. They start out at Atlanta, at
nice.
Denver. That's fine. And the Chargers are home, at Indy, home Dallas, at the Raiders,
good,
home Jets,
okay,
home New York,
yeah,
at Washington.
Perfect.
God, that's an easy schedule. Not
so
easy,
not one division game yet.
No.
And the loaded division. Then starting with Baltimore.
Okay, let me get to after the bye. Oh, at Washington after the bye, and then oh my God,
yeah,
home Baltimore, at Cleveland, at Cincinnati, home Cleveland, at Philly, at Baltimore, home KC, home Cincy.
That's the finish. I think KC's on Christmas too.
KC is on Christmas. Jason Ross, and who will have the broadcast of that game?
Oh, is that an Amazon?
Netflix, according to what I'm looking at. It'll be on Netflix. Woof.
Yeah.
That's
that finish. Like, they better be hot. Like the one year they were 11-0, nobody thought they were good enough, not 11-0 good.
Yeah.
They better be in a good position going in, or start winning some of those division games, I guess.
Yeah, you almost have to. If you have any hope, you better have one, maybe two losses going into that gauntlet. Golly, there's not a break. And that's after the bye. You don't get a break.
Right.
That last 8 weeks, holy crap and noli. I mean, there's just no breaks there. That's just, at
least on paper. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's going to let Russell Wilson in against all the easy folks.
Yeah.
And then,
But if you're winning, you don't change that.
Yeah, and it's funny. They don't do this in the NFL, and I know there's good reasons. But when you have a guy like Russell Wilson, and then you have a guy like Justin Fields, and they're not the same type of what would prevent Tomlin from playing matchups in that scenario? You know, oh, hey, this defense is weak against the run, and maybe we could use Justin Fields a little bit more there. Oh, this might react more. I mean, Russ used to and still is mobile to a point, but not Justin Fields mobile anymore. No. But like you said, you got to trust what Tomlin does. He is not only his tenure is forever, but it's deserved. The most underrated coach, I think, in American sports. I say that every year. And they do have some talent.
Yeah.
Look, they do have some talent. Najee Harris out of Antioch is going to be back. And I like how they have Cordero Patterson too. He's always just a fun little cog. George Pickens is prone to mistakes, but he's also very young. He's an incredibly talented receiver. We talked earlier about how they got Van Jefferson off the Rams, who was always kind of the quiet guy you never paid attention to, but is one of those guys that pops up on third down. Pat Freiermuth was a fantasy football players know that he can put up numbers. And then, you got TJ Watt anchoring that defense with Cam Hayward and Patrick Queen and the rest of those guys, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr. The defense is always going to be there. They're going to hit you. They're going to keep the team into games. It's just a matter of, can Russ Wilson lead them where they need to go? And you got to think this is his last chance.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, he's been put in a good position, better than Denver, right, to succeed. He's got a good defense. It's a tough division. They want all the best of Russell Wilson. That's, I think, why the decision is. I mean, he has been a guy that's had success. He's a leader, that kind of thing. And he's got to limit his mistakes. I think if he does all that, it can work. But, you know, it was a year ago. They were still going with Kenny Pickett. So it's different offensively between whether it's Russell Wilson or if it ends up being Justin Fields at the end.
Are you ready for football?
I am.
I'm so freaking ready for football, dude. We'll continue to preview everything.
Are you jacked?
I am just
I'm freaking jacked.
I'm ready for the red zone as well. Here's red zone host Scott Hansen talking about being in a parking lot.
And, I was at a grocery store one time, putting the cart back, right? I'm one of those guys. I'm a good guy. Put the cart back.
Good.
Guy from like 2 or 3 parking spots over, right in the parking lot, goes, "Give it to me. Give it to me." And I look at him and I'm like, 7 hours of commercial-free football start now. And he goes, "Yes." He didn't even say hi or anything. He got back into his car and he went.
That's great.
The witching hour. The Octobox.
Oh, man. Scott, I miss you so much. I will kiss you on the mouth. Golly, I'm ready.
I know they have producers, but the one that always gets me is everybody knows the quarterbacks, running backs. Like, it's like a blocked kick, scoop, and score. And he's like, that's, Willie Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's like the third string linebacker.
And he always knows.
But he'll say something like, could that be Willie Johnson? Yes, it is Willie Johnson. He is the one that got the touchdown.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I got that. That is him.
There's a lot of IFBing going on that
but
broadcast.
still, that's fast
good.
work.
We'll take a break. IFB meaning the internal feed, by the way, everybody, so your producer can say, hey, that's Willie Johnson. But Scott Hansen's knowledge is phenomenal. He's just such a good broadcaster. When we come back, who's hot, who's not, and we will go streaking before Niners at 9. The Drive Guys top 40. We're down to we're back into the top 30 now, I should say. And I see some lovely names there. We got a lot still for you in this final hour plus. We'll start it next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SackDownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Toyota's national sales event is on now through Labor Day weekend. So grab the keys to a new Toyota and make the most out of these final days of summer. Unlock the one you've been waiting for with Toyota's vast lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including hybrids. Don't miss a low lease on the 2024 Corolla, Corolla Cross, RAV4 Hybrid, Tacoma, and even the new all-hybrid 2025 Camry. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Ends 9/3/24.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are.
The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
Carmichael Dave telling you Amy's Outdoor Living's having their famous annual clearance sale. Now, if things were tight and you passed on getting patio furniture this year, if it was just too hot to sit outside, now is your chance. You can save up to 70%. Yeah, 70% on their top brand names like Brown, Jordan, Woodard, Hollywood, and so many other huge names. But don't wait. The clearance sale lasts for just 5 days. And at these prices, you can't afford not to check them out. You'll also find deep discounts on natural gas barbecues and demo grills. So listen, hurry in. Check out the annual clearance sale at Amy's Outdoor Living. 5 days only. I told you it was famous. It's famous for a reason. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt. And inside Amy Ace Hardware, also in the El Dorado Town Center. Get up there now, and you tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
This is so fun! I can't wait to go home!
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, we'll pay off your locked AT&T phone up to $650, and you'll get a new 5G phone for free.
Pay off via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits with qualifying plan and credit, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or they stop and required finance agreement balance is due. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See T-Mobile.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's going on for Hoblet's Labor Day sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Dodge Charger SXTs, starting at only $27,995. That's less than the cost of a lot of used cars, and it's brand new.
And did I hear you just had a grand opening?
Yes, we just opened the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter in historic downtown Woodland. We have over 200 used cars available and over 80 under $20,000. Whatever car you need, Hoblet can help.
You've got to see the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$12,500 total net savings after $39.20 factory rebates and $85.80 dealer discount. Rebates may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance coupon. Must trade a 2005 or newer vehicle with less than 160,000 miles. Only available while supplies last. 5 of the net savings, $27,995. Sample VIN 666-710.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Chris.
Jason.
Hi.
Hello.
Who's hot, Chris? Who's hot?
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
We might have to change this to who's Shohei Ohtani and who's not.
Okay. Maybe.
In yesterday's 6-4 win over the Orioles, Ohtani went 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 stolen bases. In the month of August, Ohtani has hit 10 home runs and stolen 14 bases in August. The only other player in the National League history to reach both marks in a single month is
Barry Bonds.
Nope.
Fred.
Ronald Acuna.
No.
Eric Davis.
Ricky Henderson.
Carlos Beltran.
Oh.
Who had 10 home runs and 16 stolen bases in August of 2004.
For the Indians?
Astros.
Okay. Have you ever, Jason, you're a professional broadcaster. You ever been in a situation where your broadcast energy goes from 100,000 to negative 100,000 within a second?
Probably.
That happened last night for the Chicago White Sox broadcasters, who I'm sure have had a wonderful year in front of tens of people in Chicago, as Travis Jankowski,
amazing
playing left field, Andrew Vaughn at the plate. It is 4-3 Texas. 2 men on, bottom of the ninth, 1 out. And a chance to win the ball game and walk it off for the White Sox to give those fans a bright spot, just a bright spot for the year, just one time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball lifts it high in the air, deep to left, going back. Oh, he made the catch. Goodness. Jankowski just inserted for defensive purposes, just robs Vaughn of a home run. That would have been ball game. You have got to be kidding me.
That was an incredible catch. I mean, incredible.
It's honestly,
that's one of the better ones.
It is not only one of the better ones on spec, but, and I get, considering the situation, like I've always said,
it doesn't matter. The White Sox are terrible. You saved the game.
Like I've always said that I think Jim Edmonds' catch where he's diving straight back is actually on par or better than Willie's catch. Mm-hmm. But then when you consider the circumstances and also the throw Willie had afterwards, that's maybe the greatest catch of all time. This is one of those situations where it's like, not that the catch would be any different, to be an amazing catch in the second inning in a 2-2 game. You literally won the game. Right. You won the game for your team on a defensive play. That ball was not just out, it was comfortably out.
Yeah, and let's just put the scenario that's to win a World Series game or win the World Series. That's going to be one of the greatest catches of all time, right? So it's still it's an incredible 100%. Catch.
And what makes it just even a little bit more awesome, it was on the road.
Yeah.
It wasn't his home park
where he
knows every nook and cranny of it. It was a road park.
Yeah. He's well over the fence for that.
Oh my God. Honestly, I'm comfortable saying this. This was a Griffey Jr.-esque, Andrew Jones-esque. Like this was if you haven't had a chance to see it, and you probably have, go check it out. Hey, who is not hot?
The Chicago White Sox.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
They lost yesterday to the Texas Rangers 4-3. It was their 6th loss in a row. They have lost their last 9 out of 10, and they have lost 103 games before September.
It's like the rallying call for the A's, right? We're not the White Sox.
Stinky.
Yeah,
they're not even close.
Hey, the A's aren't even last in their division.
Oh, right?
They're thriving.
Thriving. Those Oakland A's. Speaking of thriving, I'm looking at a guy who's thriving, and you're looking back at a guy who's thriving and trying to avoid eye contact with the guy behind the glass. Let's go streaking right now, shall we?
Time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking!
All right, well, let's remind everybody, Dave, then how much we are thriving. You're at a 3-game hitting streak.
That's right.
I'm at a 3-game hitting streak.
That's right.
Chris was at a large hitting streak. He's at 0.
That is also right.
So you went with Marcus Semien.
Jimmy, come on, ex-Oakland A.
Of the Texas Rangers.
Ron Washington rehabbed his career defensively, and he's now a perennial all-star.
Yep. 4 appearances at the plate. Marcus Semien got you
at least a hit. At least
0 hits.
Of course, he didn't get me any hits.
Ooh, you suck.
Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over.
The streak is over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
You think any Ranger or A's fans have a dog and they named it Marcus Semien? That'd be kind of funny. Whatever. Thanks, Marcus.
Thriving.
Had your back.
All right, I'm trying to get to 4. You talked about us thriving. I took Juan Soto of the New York Yankees.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
And all I needed was just 1 hit.
Just 1 hit.
Juan Soto, 4 plate appearances.
Yeah.
Juan Soto, 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck.
Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over.
The streak is over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't happen often that the show goes over. So we've got Chris left.
Yeah, Chris needs one more than we do.
Yeah.
He's been in
He
zero
just needs a
land.
hit, and he went with his money.
Yeah, he
Cash Money Jackson Holiday.
Oh,
here we go.
I want the song.
Yes, you do want the song.
I do. I actually really truly want Chris to
I
have
do
gotten
too.
it.
Jackson Holiday, 4 plate appearances. Jackson Holiday, 0 hits. We were 0 for 12.
Honestly, if you'd have gone to Vegas and put $100 on that of those 3 players,
that gets you some.
You're
some
probably
cash.
getting like $5-6 grand.
Yeah.
God, why didn't we?
The funny thing is, I could pick players that won't get a hit, and then you get hits. I love that. All right.
All right.
Fresh batch. A few less games today, but we're all starting anew.
I can't take decoy.
No. That dog's money.
Give me Shohei Ohtani.
Okay. I'm going to take another Jackson. Jackson Merrill of the Padres.
Jackson Merrill.
Chris?
Merrill.
I mean, it's not like Jackson Holiday can go over 26 or something like that, right?
Right.
Taking Jackson Holiday.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We can't all. By the way, during the break, Chris, I do try to be fair and balanced. I guess MC's tablet is still banned somehow. I don't know. Probably because he shouldn't be using alt accounts when we move.
Isn't that interesting?
Oh, is that okay? If that's
oh no.
okay.
I said it's interesting. I can't keep up with all of
right, exactly. So if you wouldn't mind, I don't think we've had. I know we had to erase one of his comments today, but I don't think we've banned him.
Oh,
I think we might have to start doing
our first year.
Just going to break.
Yeah.
But I think we might just start having with MC just do point counterpoint where, like you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, give us an opinion on this, and then I will judge if it's right or not.
I honestly think with MC, what we could do, it would be interesting if we want to raise money for charity. I see the problem is I shouldn't have to be responsible for paying out of my own pocket, but it's almost worth it to see X amount of dollars every day to the charity of his choice. It's got to be, by the way, non-political, which charity's political. If he could go a day, every day he could go without a passive aggressive comment or what was it earlier? Just any sort of reference. Yeah. I think he had a Build Back Better earlier, and I don't even know what that was connected to. Just absolutely no political, vaccination, conspiracy, Dave sucks. If you go all day without those, let's make some money for kids or something.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Because I do value him. I got to say that publicly because he gets mad at me for shaming him publicly, and I'm not. I do value him. He is a chat captain. He does a lot he supports us, but I just, and by the way, God bless, I love Zebra too. She's, the one that paints the rocks.
Yeah,
love her all the time. Absolutely. But the two of them are like Laurel and Hardy, just going at it half the time. She ain't innocent all the time.
Maybe they should
either.
have a show.
That's what I'm saying.
Attitude reflects leadership, Captain.
I know, but then it's free speech and you're a dictator. It's guys, can we I don't mind the peripheral conversations. Can we not be hey, and Carlos Beltran stole a bunch of bases. Yeah, well, Bill Gates stole the plans to the Martian. What? What?
The movie?
With an S, with a dollar sign. Can we just not, all right, we'll break. Free MC and we'll come right back.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family
They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyonce's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing and leasing. Some other offers must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I've been giving away bottles of wine today, and
multiples.
Yeah,
okay.
And I just gave Chris a Grenache, Grenache. I don't know. I know nothing about wine except I like Camus and I like Ron better. That's it. I never drink it. So Grenache. I don't know what it is, but tell us how it tastes, Chris. Tell me how my wine tastes.
I know how it sounds.
Yeah, I have no idea. So everyone's taste testing. And by the way, it's a non-alcoholic wine. It's just grape juice. Of course, wouldn't give away alcohol at work. Right. Niners. Huh?
Confirmed.
Niners at 9.
Yeah.
That's time for Niners at 9. How about we go to New York and talk to the head coach of the New York Jets, who will play the Niners the first game of the year.
Former Niner
Robert Saleh, and his expectations for both Trent Williams and Brandon Aiyuk.
Fully expect those two. Fully expect Trent Williams to walk on the field and still be his all-pro self with a newly minted contract, I'm sure. But and Aiyuk, I'm sure he'll be there. I'll say this: with or without him, they're still a championship roster, and they've got some dudes all over the roster. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great challenge.
He also goes on to say that they are actually, in his opinion, better for last season. He says he's better for last season.
To grow in the world, to grow as an individual, you got to live in uncomfortable environments. And I would say that last year was probably one of the more uncomfortable environments that you could possibly create for an organization. And because of it, I think our players, our coaches, everybody in this building are better for it. And because of it, I think the team is better for it and better equipped. As coaches, I think we learned a lot from last year in terms of with regards to adjustments and the things that we need to do to make sure that we can, I've said it before, be not fully injury proof, but a little injury proof where we can adjust and move things on the fly a little bit better. But yeah, we're definitely all better for what happened last year.
Okay.
Well, I get that. It doesn't mean they're better now. It doesn't mean they're better last year.
Right.
I understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
like, hey,
too.
we had a tough year, and with Aaron Rodgers out, allowed a lot of our guys to develop maybe a little bit quicker than they needed to, and we kind of took it in the shorts last year for it. But we are going to be, and I think that's the right attitude to have.
Yeah, the hard part about the reality of sports is you can have that happen, and also you lose your job. Right? It's like, hey, it was a down year. There's reasons, right? The injuries, different things happen. That's the growth. That's what you learn. That's how you overcome. But also, if you don't win enough, you're out of work. Now he's fine right now, but gosh, the Jets have so many expectations out there for a team that's just been not very good for so long, and to open up against the Niners is a tough beginning for them.
And honestly, the expectations are there, but on paper they should be. They've got some names. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Aaron Rodgers. They have one of the best running backs, two-way running backs in the NFL in Breece Hall. They have one of the best young receivers in the game in Garrett Wilson. They have Quentin Williams. They have their defense has been stout for years, and obviously Robert Saleh is going to give his head. You know, a solid defense is going to be good. There's reasons on paper for the expectations, but on paper doesn't always, ask the Phoenix Suns. On paper doesn't always mean reality.
Yeah, and then you just look at the conference, you go, or the division first. Are you better than the Dolphins? Are you better than the Bills? All right, maybe, but are you better than the Chiefs? Are you better than the Ravens? Are you better than the Bengals, the Steelers, that whole division, the Texans?
Yeah.
Just go around. It's just there's a lot of competition over there. But they're part of it, right? And then someone's got to break through.
Speaking of better or not better, the web is a flutter. ESPN in their preseason pollings, we've seen a lot of this lately, polled 103 NFL players from 25 different teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like this. The point of this was who's the most overrated, underrated, trash talking, all quarterbacks.
Right.
I don't like that people were allowed to vote for their own quarterback. But that being said, question number one, who is the GOAT? And if it's not Mahomes, what does he have to do to get there? No disrespect to Tom, but I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. He can do everything Tom can do, and he's mobile, but the vast majority took Brady.
Yeah.
Quote, Mahomes is on his way, but he ain't there yet. 85 votes for Tom Brady. Mahomes, 7. Several other players received less than 7 votes. The top 3 current quarterbacks, no surprise, out of everybody voted, 291. They must have done this on a point system. Oh, yeah, they did do it on a point system. I was going to say 103 polled and 291. 291 say Patrick Mahomes. 124 say Lamar Jackson. 51 say Joe Burrow. Other top vote getters, Josh Allen at 39, Aaron Rodgers at 32.
Okay.
Most overrated quarterback. The 3 top vote getters have made 5 Pro Bowls, 1 Super Bowl, and 2 conference championship games, which means a successful quarterback.
Yeah.
Can
And
also
then you got to
be-
get some hype, right? So that makes you overrated.
At number 1, Josh Allen. 1 vote ahead of a tie for second, Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa. That's interesting. It doesn't really surprise me about Allen because he hasn't won much, but he's really, really good. Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, and tied with Kyler Murray, way down the list, but most overrated, Brock Purdy.
Yeah, so we get some overrated votes.
How about underrated?
Yeah.
Well, the top vote getters for most underrated. Also honorable mentions, if you will, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Tua Tagovailoa, with a couple of votes for being underrated. A three-way tie for third between the Panthers' Bryce Young, the Packers' Jordan Love, Jared Goff with the Lions, and a four-way tie, Kirk Cousins with the Atlanta Falcons, all tied for third for underrated. And two guys at the top of the list with the exact same amount of votes for most underrated quarterback in the NFL, Matthew Stafford and Brockness McPurdy Pants.
Yeah. So the players put him there. I think, and the media had him in I think you had him at 30 the other day when you were reading the top 100.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like kind of the national narrative is worse on him than the internal one from players and so on.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to trust at John6969 on Twitter because he watched the football game.
Right.
Finally, biggest trash talking quarterback. This is fun. Also receiving votes, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and CJ Stroud. At number 3, biggest trash talking quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers. I'm actually surprised he wasn't higher. This is the guy that said, I still own you in Chicago. Discount, double check the whole. Aaron Rodgers seems like a trash talker. Number 2, not Cooker, Baker Mayfield, which is weird because he just resurrected his career, but hey, talk while you're doing it. But number 1 by a mile, the biggest trash talking quarterback in the NFL. Maybe he's overrated, who knows? But Josh Allen is apparently the guy talking the most trash. So, that's nice about Purdy, though.
Yeah. And so now you give him another full season. Hopefully he has all his weapons. And really, part of that weapons is Trent Williams. Part of that weapons would be Brandon Aiyuk if they can get out on the field, and a healthy McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Jennings. I mean, again, I think the offense under Shanahan should be really good.
Finally, Niners at 9. We got this news about an hour ago. Just keep an eye on it, 49er fans. The Cleveland Browns have restructured Deshaun Watson's contract in a move that creates almost $36 million in cap space. They converted almost 45 of Watson's $46 million 2024 base salary into a signing bonus, which gives the Browns now, Jason. Now they created $36 million. They now have more than $62 million in cap space. That is comfortably the most in the NFL. Now they're expected to roll over the majority of the cap space to have financial flexibility next year, where they're already projected to be 44 over the cap. Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, Nick Chubb, and Jedrick Willis Jr. are amongst the free agents. And I'll tell you right now, I will bet you at least 3 of those 4 will not be with the team.
Yeah.
They will not be with the team. Remember, Watson signed a then NFL record $230 million fully guaranteed deal, which as of right now, Jason, I'm comfortable saying this with an underline on as of right now, is by far the biggest bust contract ever signed.
Yeah.
Ever signed. I know you guys might be saying, but hey, Jamarcus Russell did this, or Todd Moreno. No. $230 million for a guy who's played 12 games in 2 years and not well. Not well at all. A guy who is making over the last 2 years, I don't know, probably, I think literally 60 to 70 times over the last 2 years what Brock Purdy has made.
Wow.
I think that's about right.
That's crazy.
And Brock Purdy has outperformed him by far.
60 to 70.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take a break. When we come back, just a quick 1-minute break. We'll revisit the Drive guys. We're following along with them as they're doing their top 40 Sacramento Kings of all time. Great segment each and every afternoon. I really love to Kyle and Whitey, of course, but I love the way Jay Johnson's presenting it, where he kind of throws out some clues before he throws out the name itself. We'll get to numbers 30 through 21 next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an antacid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Sad news as we start the segment. Now, look, when it comes down to it, if Jason says it, I believe it. But, God, I have no memory of this. And Chris just casually mentioned it during the break. But Jason Ross off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Man, I've worked every day since I got back. Shut up, Chris.
That was hardy.
I feel like you've missed like 4 of the last 5 Friday Fun and Games.
Well, this is going to be a second in a row.
Yeah.
And then the vacations.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe.
I'm not encouraging it because you deserve all the time off. So I want to put that out there. But no one ever gets on you for taking time off. But I take a day off and everyone's like, meh.
So sounds like you're getting on me.
I'm taking a couple days off this month too.
What?
Or next month. Just a couple.
What's going on?
One, I'm going to the final A's game in the Coliseum.
Oh, is that a night game?
No, it's a day game.
You can leave at 10.
Oh, you got to leave early. You can leave at 10.
Well, we're taking the train.
Take the 10 o'clock train.
Yeah, isn't that a Kenny Loggins song?
Yes, it is.
Why are you taking the train?
Because it's easier. Fun.
So they can.
You haven't taken the train to an A's game?
No. I have not.
Hey, I know why you're taking the train. Hey, let me ask you this: if I pay for your Uber there and back, will you work?
I got to see what time the train is.
An Uber to Oakland?
I was joking.
Honestly, what would that cost? Just a rough guess.
An Uber from here all the way to the A's game.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
I was just accepting the one to the train station.
Yeah, that's what I meant. See, all right, to Oakland Coliseum. Guys, you guys want to weigh in? Everybody online as well. What would an Uber from here to Oakland Coliseum cost? Let's call it a. Do we want the cheapest one is an Uber X, and it's just 3 minutes away. You can get a ride right now.
$55.
$55.
One way, right?
One way, just one way.
That's got to be like $160.
$160. Well, you guys are both pretty. Not
bad.
Close. $123.90 each way. I think Chris was closer, but yeah.
I was trying to do like what a rental car would be, one way. I don't know.
Well, black SUV, which is the most expensive, will be $320.
So get him that.
Get him like an Uber bicycle.
Yeah.
An Oobsicle. All right. So Chris is off for the final A's game. You said a couple of days.
The day after my birthday. I'm going to the Juvenile concert.
Oh, what is a bunch of kids and stuff? Who's playing?
This is not what I expected.
Well, your first concert was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It was. This is one of those moments where, as you get older, it's like, oh, my mom is pretty smart. She got me, like, me and my friends got the nunchucks, and there's all these kids like spinning them in the air in the audience, and my mom says, "These are not leaving my purse until we leave." And it's one of those. It's one of those things of like, as a kid, I was like, "Are you serious right now? This is some Ninja Turtles, and I can't even use the nunchucks."
Well, you sound like a little Chris McEnroe. You cannot be serious, Mom.
That kid's got him right there. I do not care about that person's terrible mother.
I will be taking no days off this month, other than Labor Day. Ryan on the chat says, Dave, you get killed for it because your days off are specifically geared towards setting up your next career with Huddersfield Soccer. That means you're one step out the door and leaving. Can I just add that much like Jason Ross, when I take a vacation, I'm working. I actually work harder there than I do here, shockingly. It's not even a vacation.
Shouldn't admit that.
And what I mean by that is that it's 8 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult.
Right.
And I work.
You've got a 16-hour day.
I work in Celsius.
Yeah.
Now, over here, I work in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. How does it spell that? No one knows.
No one knows. By the way, and I should say this. I said it yesterday. One of my favorite online social media arguments is 100% Fahrenheit versus Celsius truthers. They get so fired up about it, and it is an absolute blast to watch. I actually have come around. I've always been a Celsius guy. Like 0 means freezing, 100 means boiling water, and everything in between. Like Celsius is more accurate, whereas what is it, minus or 32 degrees is freezing, and 212 is boiling water. I think, what the hell is Fahrenheit? But then somebody made a really good point. They were like, yeah, but the range of degrees you can have in Fahrenheit versus Celsius is so disparate. It's so different. And I actually kind of agree with that. Like Fahrenheit's kind of a more accurate way of temperaturing. It really is.
Yeah, because, oh, it's a beautiful day. It's 20 outside.
Right.
To, oh my God, it's awful. It's 26 outside.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, we might have that one right.
Yeah.
Maybe what if we did this? What if we agreed as America, we will switch to the metric system and join the crowd if everyone else switches to Fahrenheit?
No.
I'll accept that.
No? Oh, you don't want to switch to the metric system? What about, what's the other one? You know what? So we do whatever the system's called and everyone else does metric. We do Fahrenheit, everybody else does Celsius. You know the one that's actually even worse that we do that nobody else does? Everybody does. Like my birthday's August 11th. Everybody else would say 11/8, not 8/11. Everyone else does day first, then month, then year.
Because it's the 4th of November.
Well, and what?
That's it. It's 4/11/24 because it's the 4th of November.
When you think about it, it makes sense. Like day, month, year. You don't go month. Why would you go month, day, year?
Here's the one problem with your thought, though. If we were to change that,
what?
No more Star Wars Day.
Oh, okay. I thought you were okay. I thought you were going somewhere else because it's you.
But you said, why would we go month, day, year? If someone asks for your birthday, you say August. What is it?
11th.
Yeah, you don't go 11th August.
I go August 11th. Oh, you're saying,
because that's how we do it.
Yeah, but exactly. But then we say, if I would say 11 August, I think they say that over there, right? They'd be like,
no, they say, the 11th of August.
Of August.
Yeah.
Or like for a period, they don't say that. They call it a full stop.
Makes sense.
Anyway, full stop.
Top 4. I was going to say something bad.
Nope, don't do it. See, exactly.
We've both saved ourselves today.
Save yourselves.
Yeah, have more self-control. Save yourself. A lot more than my son with his comic strips, right? Top 40 Sacramento Kings. Top 30, if you will, 30 through 21. I like Tanks on there. LaSalle Thompson. Absolutely. So that means we know Reggie Theus is going to be in there. You confirmed you have Otis Thorpe in yours.
Oh, yeah.
High up. Tank Thompson. Jason, that's 3 so far of the opening night starting 5.
Nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Number 29, the Wizard, Walt Williams. Yeah, never mind. I love Walt Williams, and I loved him, and I had my socks pulled up. Also, it kind of says something about the Kings' tenure when they've been here 40 years, and the 29th greatest king of all time is Walt Williams. And that's not a shot at like it sounds at Walt Williams. It really does. Part of this exercise, and I mean this with love and respect. We know a lot of these people personally. It's nothing disrespectful.
Right. This is not, and it's not the Lakers.
This is not. It's not. It's not becoming as fun of an exercise as I thought it might be, because it's kind of pointing out just how kind of trash this franchise has been for the most part of 40 years. Good. And again, the Wizard, man, pulled up the socks out of Maryland. Love him. Number 28, Jason Thompson out of Ryder. Is he still the longest tenured king games-wise?
It'll be passed soon.
That deserves a top 30. I know some people will be like, look, Buddy Hield when he was here. Again, consider the franchise. Buddy Hield at number 27. I actually think that's a good spot. Really quickly, though, Malik Monk has shot up the list, just missing top 25 king of all time. But you know what? He's got a chance to do it, Jason. If he has another good year, do you move him into the top 25?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Number 24. 25, excuse me. A guy who may just be a Sacramento King again this year. The original, or one of the original, I think he's the original pizza guy, Isaiah Thomas. Big Nasty out of Arkansas, national champion, the one, the only. Corliss Williamson at number 24. I'm glad Corliss got in there and got in there pretty high. He's 100% a top 25 king of all time. I think also a number 7 pick in the lottery. Number 23, as Jay Johnson said, known more for his nickname than his real name, Spud Webb. So I think sometimes people forget everyone remembers Spud Webb in the Hawks jersey. But
he was a really good king. I admire.
He was a really good king. There he is, number 22, Otis Thorpe, and maybe just maybe, might be too low, but Harrison Barnes at number 21.
So I have my 30 through 21.
Do you?
So this is yesterday there were some players that were in the 31 through 40 that were not on my list. I have everybody on this list that you were just read, but just in different orders. So my 30, I actually had Darren Collison at 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good poll.
Who was an honorable mention, so didn't even make the overall list. Jason Thompson, 29. Yeah. Lionel Simmons, 28.
L-Train.
Olden Polynice, 27. Corliss, 26. Eddie Johnson, 25. LaSalle, 24. Isaiah Thomas, 23. Tyreek Evans, 22. And Harrison Barnes at the exact number they had, 21.
Interesting. Very interesting. I like that. I love that you had Otis Thorpe high. I actually think that's a really good. I think that's a really good spot for. Oh God, why am I blanking? Darren Collison. I don't think you're being a biased UCLA guy.
No, that wasn't for that. No, just his couple years here. I thought he was pretty productive. Now, the team wasn't very good.
Yeah, I don't care.
But they've been through that a lot.
I do think you are, Jason.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, wait till you hear where Matt Barnes is.
Well, wait till you hear the breaking news we have in the NBA when we come back. Somebody just got really, really rich. We'll talk about it next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
They're going to give it. No, it's a play action. Purdy going to roll left, throw for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. He has the hat trick tonight, a career high. 3 touchdown catches for George. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your forecast looking very sunny today. Temperatures are going to be heating up again with daytime highs in the upper 90s, around 100 degrees, and winds staying fairly light. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Labor Day, head to the Roseville Auto Mall for our biggest sale of the year. It's the only place where you'll choose from 20 top brands. Brought to you by 17 award-winning dealers. The giant Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, where selection, savings, and satisfaction meet.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, starting with the homestand that begins on Labor Day, at that point, the A's, with 25 games left in the season, and a chance to impact the race in the American League, with 16 of those against teams battling for a chance. 7 with the Mariners, 3 against the Astros, 3 with the Cubs, and 3 against the Yankees that final weekend for the A's at home in Oakland.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store, and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
The final games of the 2024 Sacramento Rivercats season are upon us. Soak up the last days of summer at the ballpark at one of our remaining giveaway or theme nights. Giddy up for Wild West Night. Get your wands at the ready for our inaugural Harry Potter Night, and cap off the season with Fan Appreciation Day. Plus, don't miss out on our final giveaway of the season, a Rivercats golfer hat to the first 2,500 fans on Friday, September 20th. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase tickets, visit rivercats.com.
At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company, sold on report.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
Just make it interesting, you know?
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Steph Curry has agreed on a 1-year, $62.6 million extension. That'll keep him under contract through the 26-27 season, according to Woj, told to him by a much richer Jeff Austin of the agency Octagon.
A 1-year, $62 million. Yeah. If we, strip down everything, what do you think his take home is?
Well, Jason, let's see. I'm glad you asked. Let me pull out the old iPhone.
And I don't know about agents and all that, but I mean, just like what the true number is coming home after tax.
All right, so $62 million. Let's first off divide that by, because pretty much everything I see when it comes to escrow, agents, everything, the NBA players take home about 50%.
Okay.
It's about 50% give
31 mil.
So 31 million per year. Okay. 31 million per year. All right. Divided by 12.
Wait, so you're already cutting it in half. That's not the tax?
No, that's the tax. That's tax and agent and everything. Oh. They take home about.
Oh, half. Okay. So we're at 31. Yeah. Okay.
So
30, you're dividing by the monthly.
Yeah, I'm dividing by the monthly, dog. Divided by 2 equals. Why does it say 1.55 E7? Come on there. Here we go. 15,500,000 a month divided by 2.
$7.75 million per check if he gets paid bi-weekly, which, by the way, shouldn't that be bi-monthly? Right?
Yeah.
And then divided by 2 again, which is probably somewhere not right I'm doing here. That would be a little under $4 million per week. I would like that.
It'd be fun. I always thought like it would be fun if you had something as ridiculous as that, is to just have like one of the checks come in. So you get paid tomorrow, Friday, payday, $7.5 million. Just be completely irresponsible with that check.
Just
because you've got 11 more coming.
This is the fun check.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? This is the time I picked this month. I'm spending.
But what's that $4 million on other than
I don't know.
gummy bears?
I don't know.
Like, I'm going to do something irresponsible. I'm buying this mansion in this place.
And I don't know what that is for everybody, but we're at that point, it's like money is not going to restrict you from this thing, whatever that thing is. But what's funny is you do run into people, and you've been around them. Like there's still a slice of life everywhere. Like there are frugal athletes, and people that have just tons of money. You're like, they don't spend anything. And then there's plenty that's
well, and to your point,
carefree.
The amount of stuff he gets, they all get for free. Their shoes, their clothes, they get paid to wear.
Well,
stuff.
if I owned a restaurant, he walked in, I'm like, yeah, we got this.
We got you.
It's good to have you in my restaurant.
I like a yacht.
Sure. I don't think I would. I wouldn't. I think for me, if I ever had, it'd be more property.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same
locations.
here. Yeah, like
I'm not. I mean,
yeah, and then
you don't need 9 cars.
Then you
It's like-
Airbnb them. You have a little side income.
Or that to me is where I really would like to reward family and friends. It's like, no, I got a place. And,
go stay there. Yeah,
it's
no
open.
problem. Pay a couple $100 for cleaning. I got it.
Yeah,
I can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, I want to talk to you since we're doing the top 40. I haven't seen him in there, and if he's in the top 20, I'd be surprised. But
On my list, you mean?
Yeah, on
Okay.
anybody, either list. I want to talk to you about Willie Cauley-Stein for a second.
Okay.
Willie Cauley-Stein has played 422 NBA games, and he started 255 of them. His last appearance was in March of 2022. 1 measly minute of action to conclude a 10-day contract with the Sixers. He had stepped away from the Mavericks, citing personal reasons in 2021. And since then, he has not played. When the Mavs waived him in January, what nobody knew at the time, though, and is just coming out via The Athletic, is that Cauley-Stein was in the middle of a 65-day stay at an inpatient rehab center for substance abuse. He thought the substance he had been abusing was some bootleg Percocets, which is a combination of oxycodone and acetaminophen. He had, and again, I'm quoting the article, been eating those by the handful to numb his pain, he told the rehab center upon check-in. So they could expect to see that on his drug test, but it didn't show up. It turns out he had been buying fake pills laced with fentanyl. The USDEA describes fentanyl as 100 times more potent than morphine, 50 times more potent than heroin. The slogan being, one pill can kill. 70% of the 80 million fentanyl-laced fake pills it seized in 2023 contained a potentially lethal dose. I'm quoting Willie Cauley-Stein now. I didn't know till I turned myself in. I looked at my wife and said, oh my God, because I hear stories all the time about kids going to a party, never taking a drug before, deciding to pop a Percocet, and it ends up being fentanyl and they die from one pill. Dude, I was taking hundreds of them for months and years. It could have so easily been me. One of the friends Cauley-Stein made in rehab was out for 5 days, he said, after a 75-day stay, but he overdosed and died. Cauley-Stein went on to talk about his career. And back when he moved on from the Kings, or the Kings moved on from him, and he signed for slightly above the league minimum, you'll remember the Golden State Warriors, and you will also remember this. He was not home on August 23rd, 2019, almost 5 years ago now to the day, when 3 of his friends were shot and one of them was killed while they slept at the home Cauley-Stein leased in Sacramento. Quote, that started a spiral of mental health, trying to deal with that and hoop at the same time for a new team on a bad deal. My wife got pregnant. It was too many weird things and big changes. And I got on the pain pills and just tried to run away from reality. Then his grandmother, who raised him, got bone cancer. It ravaged her. He couldn't bear to watch her wither away. Quote, I was doing so many pills. I was asleep all the time. When I was awake, I wasn't really there. I didn't handle that the right way. I miss saying goodbye to my grandmother. I could have been around her more, FaceTime to her with her more, but I did the exact opposite. I was a coward. Every time I talked to her, she looked different, looked worse, and I didn't want to see her like that. At that point, the pills hardly affected him anymore. He checked into rehab 6 days after she passed. Incredibly, he took the pills to get through basketball practice, somehow still passing as a functional NBA player, despite operating in a perpetual haze. He admitted his addiction. He admits it might cost him his career in the NBA. Now he's out of rehab. He has discovered a love of golf through daily chipping and putting competitions with a fellow patient on the facility's small putting green. He and his wife, who he fell for in high school, now have a 4-year-old daughter, Kendricks, and 1-year-old twin boys, Jax and Jet. He said, I had to get right for them. I'm only 30, but my kids don't really know me as a basketball player. This is the best I felt probably since I left Kentucky. I'm rested, I'm fresh, and I'm ready. I know that's a really, really heavy story. Look, Willie, I know Willie as a king was always, I wouldn't say controversial, but always felt like he wasn't realizing his potential. And there were questions at times as to his effort and where his head was at. And Willie's always a free spirit. I've had at home that he designed that the team put out. I still have on my wall. And he was very much into art and, and it was,
he was a little different, but that's nothing wrong with that.
That's right. And let's be clear. In the inner circles, which you don't talk about publicly, and I'm fine with talking about it now, it was known that Willie, liked to relax, but not that. Right. And look, you can say what you want about Willie Cauley-Stein, the player, and I've said plenty about it when he was here, but Willie Cauley-Stein, the human, never hurt anybody, right? Except himself. And for him to come out and get that deep and that vocal over it, I always bring up Len Bias and what happened to him and how that in turn helped a lot of kids, unfortunately or fortunately. And I applaud Willie. I really applaud him. And someone once said, I know there might be people out there. I've actually got a letter about this once that says, why do we elevate people that do bad things? Like, oh, he was a drug addict. He's so strong. He's so brave. He's a drug addict. He should be shamed. I don't think so. I think addiction's addiction, and I'm not applauding him for being a drug addict. I think he deserves to be applauded for sharing his story, which is incredibly, I'm sure for him, embarrassing and personal. And maybe, just maybe, if him sharing his story helps one,
that's why you do it.
Literally one person, right? Literally one person who hears the story, reads the story in The Athletic. And by the way, and shout out to The Athletic. Kyle Tucker wrote the article. One person who goes to a party, and we all have, kids, friends, whatever, that we've all been affected by addiction. And they say, you know what, I'll stick to the beer, whatever it may be, instead of the unknown pill. Good for him. And you know what? I am rooting for him. I hope he comes back. I hope he kicks ass. I love it. I being a free spirit's not a bad thing. Being a professional basketball player and it not being your top priority, guess what? There's some people that are like that. Nikola Jokic on the other end, he's like that too. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yeah. So I say good for Willie, and keep him in your thoughts and root for him. We will take a break. We still got to get to a lot of stuff here, including what to watch, celebrity birthdays. We got a big packed segment for you with Styles and Watkins. We'll do it next.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey there, you never know when you might need someone to represent you on your behalf. Something went wrong for you in the past, maybe something here in the future. You want to be prepared. You want to know who to call, where to go. How about someone right here in our community that can help represent you? Not one of those lawyers you see on TV that there's this 1-800 number. They claim to be local, and you never get to that person. Well, you want someone that's here, that lives in the city, that knows Sacramento, right in downtown Sacramento. And I got a guy that can help you. That is Jonathan Gonzalez. His law offices in downtown at saclegaldefense.com. The number is 916-304-9187. Maybe something from your past is still following you. You'd like it removed from your record. He could do that, help you out with that with expungements. You've got wrongful termination cases, auto accidents, many things that do happen, right? Life happens. You want to be prepared. And again, I'm telling you about saclegaldefense.com. Jonathan Gonzalez and the team over there. You can call them at 916-304-9187.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Now through September 15th, purchase high-quality GAF with Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
Sacramento, Dierks Bentley's coming to town.
Getting drunk on a plane.
For his only show in California this year, Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park for Country in the Park 2.
What was I thinking?
And he's bringing some friends. Carmichael.
I want to close your eyes for this.
Tyler Rich. Dasha.
Did your boobs stop working?
And more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by the California Army National Guard and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the Labor Day sales event?
Get the Jeep you've always dreamed of when you save up to $20,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X and high-altitude 4xe.
Whoa, did you really say $20,000 off, plus you save thousands more at the pump?
That's not it. You can also save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining new 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xes and $15,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xes.
If you've ever wanted a Jeep, now is the time to do it. See their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
20,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $15,750 dealer discount. 17,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $12,750 dealer discount. 15,000 total net savings after $42.50 rebates and $10,750 dealer discount. Rebates includes $37.50 federal EV tax credit offered by third party subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for eligibility. 10th this net savings. See dealer for details.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your fucking stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to the venue at Thunder Valley September 5th. Get tickets now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, all right, we're doing the show here, everybody. They just came in and asked me if he was allowed to say hi to me at Creed on Sunday. Obviously, no.
Right.
Well, remember when we were on that cruise that we just happened to be on at the same time, you did tell me, like, no eye contact.
Right, but Giants and Brewers today.
Nate just asked if that was real.
So stupid. Is he being serious? A's and Reds, Giants and Brewers. Sex State at San Jose.
That's right.
Jason Ross on the call for the Hornets and some schmo for the San Jose Spartans. And North Dakota State at Colorado. Deion Sanders and crowd. Prime time. How you doing there, Chris Watkins?
Good. Yeah.
Solo-
NDSU is no joke.
Yeah, they're good. The Bison.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frank in the chat gets the whole permanent Evo. Has he been in on your guys' Wackadoodle dandy, man.
Yeah, I don't know the full
Yeah,
name,
he's
but-
just rolling around. You got the guys that come into the chat. We have like a very nice hierarchy there, bicker and all that.
Yeah.
But everyone, you get like the one that comes in, this is how it is.
Oh yeah,
and then you're all student.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's
People get real aggressive in the chat.
right.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
bro,
wow.
you're gonna get through your. Here's the thing: come in, have your opinion. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just be respectful enough
Yeah.
and polite enough, and you'll be fine.
And if you have something mean to say, send it to the text line.
That's
no one else can see
exactly
it.
right. If you come in and
That's
you're
good
just like,
advice.
then you're gonna get like 4 texts out, and then
Yeah.
now Frank can't chow
Can't
them.
play. People just like to
anymore.
speak. They just like to see their words typed out. I
That's
guess because
right.
I'm like, who is this for?
Yeah, everybody's got an opinion. Don't need to share them.
I always rip MC, but here's the thing: MC comes in, he supports.
Yeah,
he's there every day.
He's
definitely.
there every day. He's the chat captain, and he gets shots in,
Yeah,
but
it's
little
fun.
tiny ones.
Yeah.
It's just do the
It shows he's paying attention.
right.
And ask for the thumbs up.
And he really does not like little shots.
No, I respect that. I mean, it may drive me bonkers, but I have respect for that. Not, pull my pants up and like reminds me of like the man down by the river,
Oh, yeah.
pulling on his belt
Matt
buckle.
Foley.
So you're by is Alan back?
Yeah, like you heard.
And then I'm by myself tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I heard Jason's he's gonna be departing. Makes sense.
He will not be with us.
I'm taking a couple days in October. Remember that over the weekend.
Early October.
I remember that. You told me.
I don't remember. I know
Alan's gonna be out next week. For what it's worth. Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think. Can we please tell him? I'm trying. He's trying to come back on Friday, and he's taking. And I'm like, just
Take
take
the
the
whole
week off.
It's only 4
It's fine.
days,
Come
right?
on, man.
Because
You
we're all
got
off
this.
Monday.
Yeah, we're all off Monday.
Yeah.
Enjoy your week. You earned it.
Yeah, and
You earned it.
The season's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like, if not now,
All right. All right, he's earned it.
Yeah.
He's earned it. Just like
I earned it.
These guys have earned another year on planet Earth, and we're happy for them.
Ooh.
Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Listen, quick announcement, if you would, if we can have a second. When it comes to birthdays, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
They're meant to be spent with family and friends. And nobody does that better than Crumble Cookies.
Or just crumble now.
Just crumble now. You're absolutely right. Just crumble.
Crumble desserts.
Crumble desserts.
pudding.
Crumble banana pudding.
I ate that banana pudding the next day.
Did you house it?
Incredible.
Yeah, it was
Wild.
It
Yeah.
stayed perfect. Like you would never know that it was,
That was
a
great.
day in the fridge, and it was. I literally housed the
that good?
entire thing.
I actually had it in the fridge for like a few days.
Really?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise. I mean, yeah.
My kids loved it.
This is a sponsored segment, but seriously,
Yeah.
like it was.
And it was
it
full.
was
Like,
honestly
it was a
like
hearty
yes,
amount
it
in
was
that cup.
It was great.
Crumble Cookies and Crumble in general, undefeated.
Yeah.
Celebrity birthdays, Jason Ross for the final time this week.
Not a great day.
Oh.
But we're going to make some magic out of this. All right. On this day, in what year?
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but I'm sure you've come across it, whether you watch it before.
West Wing?
Ridiculousness.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's all that's on MTV.
Yeah.
All day.
When did it debut?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like almost an impossible.
2000.
I know, because I've seen it, and I go, when did this start?
2009?
Yeah, it could be 2011.
I think Dave's on the right path. I think it was 15 years ago, 2009.
Okay, you guys are bet. I would have said was this 5 years ago it started? But it's we have a correct answer.
No idea.
Chris, you got it. 2011.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm not proud of
ridiculousness.
that. I cannot
expert.
stand that shit.
It's not great.
It's
but
Huge
terrible.
ridiculous fan. Chris watches.
Yeah, 22 hours a day.
Is it like they do pranks?
No, they just
It's
watch.
basically
clips.
they watch YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
So is it like is it like Tosh?
It's Tasho with America's Funniest Videos.
Yeah, less.
But Rob
less well
Dyrdek's
done.
really just cringing.
And the guests are.
Oh yeah, no West Coast.
I sure do know a lot about that show that you don't
I
like.
used to watch Robin Big very frequently, but yeah, ridiculous. It's not so much.
Happy birthday, or how old would this person be? They're in heavenly birthday for Michael Jackson.
66 years old. Next question.
Seem to know a lot about Michael Jackson.
Is he right?
Might be right.
He said it way too confidently.
Yeah, he was also a Jeopardy answer yesterday. Well, actually, the doctor that was convicted was the
So it wasn't Michael Jackson.
It was not.
Well, the question, the answer was this guy was convicted of the wrongful death of this huge pop star on this day. Today. The answer was Michael Jackson. The question was Michael Jackson's Jeopardy. I'm gonna I'm feeling Chris here. I'll go 66.
Okay. You gonna sweep it?
Why not?
Okay.
We're all part of the same miracle. Let's do it.
That's never happened. 3 people picking 66. That is the correct answer. Just as a sidebar,
If you remember, I told you guys when it was Madonna's birthday that my mom always said, "Oh, we're all born around the same time."
There you go.
As a follow-up, do you know what year he passed?
I know what day he passed.
I do too.
It was
June 25th.
It ended in one.
I'm going to say 2009.
I'm going to say 2011.
I'll say 2007.
Okay, so as an add-on to this, if we're stretching celebrity birthdays and deaths, apparently this one, Chris has the day right, 25, June 25th. It was also the day of the NBA draft. Who did the Sacramento Kings take? So your guesses.
I do know.
Jim referred it.
Okay.
Jason Thompson.
Tyreek Evans.
And what year did you say, Chris?
2009.
Chris is right on all that. It was 2009. It was the day of Tyreek Evans.
Chris is the king of dead space.
That's incredible.
Happy birthday, David West.
Charlotte Hornet, Golden State Warrior.
Yeah, 2-time All-Star. Chris Paul made him that.
Let's say he's 44.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
46.
45.
We have a correct answer that goes to Carmichael Dave, 44.
Dave's got to stick together.
Happy birthday, Will Purdue.
Willie what?
Will Purdue.
Oh.
Will Purdue win this week?
Will Purdue beat Will Purdue.
Will Purdue.
The Chicago Bulls.
55.
61.
57.
That's a tie between the Chris's, 59. And last one,
nice.
former Giant, former Philly, Aaron Rowan.
Oh, God, that's a blast from the past.
This is not a good day.
Aaron Rowan is 41.
44.
43.
Chris Watkins closest. There you go.
Should have known that.
What's going on the show, guy?
Got a good bit. Yeah, we have a kind of actual Brandon Aiyuk update, and we do have a real Kevin Huerter update. And when can he actually step on the floor? It's going to be pretty soon here.
We got the audio in there for you.
Great.
Also,
Appreciate it.
Your update have anything to do with Sean Watson?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there you go. Chris Watkins next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Keegan going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it?